'Cause every time we try to break it down and build again, yeah, every time we try to make up for something lost, you know, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer, we go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, we'll never fall. All of a sudden
Good evening, everybody. I am Hollis Mahady, and you are watching or listening or tuning in to Holli-tics. And it is Monday here. Happy Monday, everybody. We like to start with some positivity if you made it through the day. For me, my day is not just getting started. If you've been tuning in previously, I was on the late night schedule, and I'm getting not as late, getting better. This weekend was transformational. I hope everyone had a transformational weekend. And my camera, this little guy up here, it's a great camera. I love it, but it has in mind it just wanders, and it wants me to be short. It wants me to look like I have like a little head, because every time I move it, watch, it goes up, down. Okay, let's see if it'll stay down, and then it won't stay. It slowly drips. Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. So we're good. We're here. We're getting some housekeeping order. We're going to talk about the weekend. We're going to see who was in the chat room tonight. I hope some people are out there. We are here. Give yourself a round of applause. It's Monday, but you got through it. If you got through it, maybe you're just unwinding. Maybe you're starting your shift. So wherever you're watching this, whatever time you might see this, you might see a replay. You might be in California. It may be earlier there. You might be in another country. You might be in the UK. And I have to see what time is it there. I always mess that up. Is it 8 hours behind or ahead? I don't know. Someone, you could tell me in the chat room. But I am your host, Hollis Mahady. This is Holli-tics. I am on week 2 now. Last week I started, and for those loyal listeners and viewers, I appreciate you so much for tuning in. You were there from the start. It's only, it's still starting. We're in the second week here, but I'm getting a little more comfortable. I didn't have to spend all day making the studio and all the lovely things you see on the screen there. We're going to get into all that. But I spent all day doing what I said I was not going to do. I had a whole list. I was going to go out and do all these things, and I ended up editing some videos. But the thing is, you're going to see them today. I'm very excited about it, because not only are you going to get to see and what happened over the weekend, you're going to get to see another side of me outside of just sitting in front of a microphone. But I do love sitting in front of this microphone. I'm looking forward to it. It's so much fun. And I've been looking forward to it all day. But even yesterday, it's not that I don't want to go on. I would do it every day, I guess. I would do it on the weekends too. But I need those weekends to decompress. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about our title of the episode. I don't remember exactly what it is because I can't see it, but it was about the digital hangover, detox. And apparently that's a real thing. And I think I experienced it this weekend when I finally stepped away from the computer. But before we dive into all the juicy goodies here, I would like to take some housekeeping. I do the housekeeping. We get out of the way. So I was going to give everybody a round of applause for getting through a Monday. If I could remember which one this is. I don't want it to be the helium voice, because that happened to me on Friday and I couldn't get it off. I was like, it was cool for a minute. I hope this is the applause. Okay, it is. Give yourself a big round of applause for making it here. I am Hollis. You did it. We're here. We're still alive. You made it through the Monday. And we are giving ourselves props for that, because small feats in life, right? So let's go over the comments. We got to this is when I say the housekeeping, because I do everything myself here. I produce my own show, but I may be having a producer being able to join me sometimes. And we will talk about that in 1 minute. Let's just look at the comments, get our house in order before we delve in to the happenings in the world. So we have Maga Dirt Biker in the chat room. Hello, good evening, Hollis. He says, I finished my daily chores at home and I'm ready to relax the rest of the evening. And this is a great way to start. Well, I'm so happy to have you, because you are in my housekeeping. Now, is housekeeping the right word? What is it when you're getting your house in order, like the beginning? Is it housekeeping? It's something else. But I want to say a huge thank you and shout out to Maga Dirt Biker. He pushed us over. If everybody likes to see this, last week I was talking when we hit that goal of $100, we're gonna pull a name out of the tip jar and they're gonna be able to win a painting. But guess what, guys? After 7 streams in, because I did it 7 days in a row, and now I'm just gonna be doing it weeknights, which will be 5 days in a row, and plenty that's a lot because you have to prepare outside of the show to do the show. As I said, on Friday night, the show is the fun part, but you're always setting it up all the hours that you don't see to make this happen. But because of Joe out there and a few others, Smrigs, I love you. You're watching. Hopefully you find this. Hopefully we're on the Rumble, we're on the YouTube, Facebook. Hopefully I'm on Instagram, and of course, hollismahady.com. But because of the kind-hearted, generous people, we hit our goal of $100. So that is definitely deserving of a applause. So thank you so much, Joe. I saw your donation there on Buy Me a Coffee, and I was shocked, and I saw your video, and I responded back with the video. So I don't know if you saw that yet. That's, it's my other camera, so I'm a little more not as glamorous here because this camera does work wonders. I love this camera. And our house in order, housekeeping, getting to the housekeeping. And so maybe we will be doing that tomorrow. Maybe we'll pull the name out of the cup. And then we got to do a new goal because we should do the same thing again. And every time we hit a certain goal, we'll give something away. I have some other things in mind because I like to give back. People who give to me, I'm giving the entertainment, hopefully the connection, a chat room where we could, maybe meet people you never knew before. That's how things happen here. Like you start to, people come back and then we become friends. It's like I said, we're building a community here. And so I wasn't expecting that, but because of, like I said, of you guys out there who have been from day one when I first started, it was only 7 days ago. It feels like a long time ago, but you made that happen. So thank you so very much. And for anyone out there who might just stumble across this, you're new, I'm Hollis Mahady. This is Holli-tics. I'm just showing up for you guys. I said consistency is key. So I wanted to be here to have real conversations. We keep it real here. We keep it real and raw. We go into a lot of different topics. Today, we're going to be talking about, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't really plan it. I get some ideas. I made some videos I'm going to share, and we're just going to have fun. And so if you're new, again, what I'm talking about is that there's a tip jar. I do accept tips and donations. If anyone wants to contribute to support the show, it helps us keep on the air. There's a lot of bills to pay. It supports the show. It supports the podcast. And it's the same thing. We're going to hit another goal. You drop $1 in the tip jar. You can just go right over to buymeacoffee.com. You could scan this code here. And you could do a one-time donation, you could do a reoccurring donation, or you could join one of the membership levels. And if you had, I'm going to actually remember to put it in the chat room, the link, because I always forget to do this. So here we go. You always have to put that HTTPS:// It's www.buymeacoffee.com. And it's / it's my name, Hollis Mahady. It's right there on the website on the screen there. Let's see if this works. Going in the chat room there. You guys see that? That's from me. There you go. And I think if you click on that, it'll take you over there and you could check it out yourself. You could, see what it's about. It's a cool little platform. And Smrigs told me about that. So thank you for that. And this is what someone is going to be able to win tomorrow when we pull the name out of the cup. That is the lyric sheet. That's the lyric sheet. I don't have that many of them. I have about 25 of them, and they are hand painted. They're made by me. They're of my songs from my new album, and they're signed. So I'm excited to give that to somebody in the chat room who's thrown a little something and bought me a coffee. So we'll do that tomorrow. And yep, so that worked. Okay. And what else was I going to say? Just getting the house in order and all that stuff. I think that's it. Did we say it? Okay. So, I wanted to say here, we got some comments in the chat room, but the banner here, I wanted to put my name, my website should be on there, but I don't see it there. So again, this is real time, guys. This is real time. What I was going to say, a producer, really great. Tom from Cole County Entertainment, giving him a big shout out. Their platform, what they're doing lots of live streams. You guys got to go check that out as well because they have plenty of different podcasts. They have a No Skips podcast about music, some mental health stuff. They're awesome. And Tom popped into the chat Friday night. And when I say a producer, this is what they do. When I say something like, oh, that video, can we pull that video up? They do that for me. So I'm not here in real time, like, hold on, guys, got to get the video. Wait, hold on. So, and I had mentioned a few things that night in the chat room. Like we talked about the peanut gallery or a fun fact, and he pulled it right up on the screen there. So that's what a producer is. It's someone who helps get the tech headaches out of the way. But unfortunately, I don't have that all the time. I don't have that yet. Maybe I'll get one because they're great people to have, because then I could just focus on the connection one-on-one to you without like, oh, this thing went wrong. Oh, so Tom is going to be able to pop by when he can because he's a busy bee himself. We're busy, not by choice, but like it's always something. There's something, a video, something's going wrong. You have to do all this stuff. So Tom's going to be coming in hopefully when he can. But he was here Friday and we had such a good time Friday. It was the TGIF Fridays. I'm going to do that again on Friday. That's the night where, we just kind of have fun. And we have fun every night, right? But it's like more of a theme where there's the 80s. And, I have my new little special background for all that stuff. But yeah, so let's go over here to the media because I'm trying to get this comment here. We're going to switch the comment out. Hide current comment. Okay. I'm not sure which kind of equipment he has. Okay. Maga dirt biker. I know you're a trail rider too. I was like thinking trailblazer. And Hollis, your other account on Buy Me Coffee, which is the VOP account, should be up. Aw. Thank you. That'll go on as long as you guys have that site. Oh, I haven't gotten to add a lot of things to that yet, but I'm going to add some extra stuff that isn't everywhere. So when I get to that, but thank you. Thank you, Joe. Joe is the best. And not just because he buys us coffee, but he's funny. He's creative. He's hilarious. And he's just a good person, So thank you again. Okay. So what are we going to talk about tonight here? How was everybody's weekend? Should we talk about the title of the video? So of the title of the video that, on Rumble and stuff, I have to make up a title. And sometimes I do it after. I mean, sometimes I'll just put the episode number because I don't know what I'm going to talk about because it goes anywhere. But today, my title, which I can't see it up there, I forget. I typed it in something it's about having a hangover, but not the kind that you would think. Because I've said it before. I don't drink anymore. I drink like a fish, but I haven't had a real hangover in 3 years. But, I remember what hangovers are, and they are horrible, right? They're the worst. I mean, I always wondered too, when people experience hangovers, it felt the same for them because everyone's different. It was so weird. I would just always feel this, obviously how severe it is. I mean, what you did the night before, what do we do to our bodies? It's crazy. But the hangover is always the worst part. And that horrible feeling of, what did I do? Who did I call? Oh no. So those are a lot of things I do not miss at all. But the hangover is the worst. And the hangover was, like that feeling of empty and you're hungry, but you're not. And that's why you go and get the greasy food. But nothing ever cured a hangover for me. It was always just all day. It wasn't until literally the day after that I would ever feel better. Again, why do we do this to ourselves? But a hangover, you're dehydrated. You're severely dehydrated. So you're so thirsty and you're drinking. I would have to go and get all these different things and juices and all that and try to feel better or eat something. Nothing ever made me feel better. But anyway, I bring this up for a reason about the digital hangover, the digital detox that I really needed. And I did take it this weekend as much as I could. I mean, time flies. We're back here. And I had that feeling and I was like, see, I'm not a morning person. I've told you guys. How many morning people are in there? How many night owls do we have in the room? I am definitely not a morning person. I've never been. It takes me a while to wake up in the morning and I'm very cranky and I just don't like the mornings. I wish I wasn't. It's like, how do you, early bird catches the worm and all that. Like, how do you become a morning person? It's just like anything. It's a routine. I guess it's a life change, So, but I woke up, it was Saturday. And that was like, I'm not going in front of the computer today. I'm just not. It's there. It's always tempting me. It's right there. It's like, oh, I have to want to edit do this because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy making things, but I'm just like, okay, no, this is enough. And I just felt, and I'm going to play a video because I have a video lined up that we're going to play. I took the day off. I went to the grocery store that I was talking about last week. I didn't have any snacks. I had some old sodas in there and everything that I just wasn't prepared. But now I'm more prepared for the week. And we're going to be trying a different beverage on air. And I'm very excited about this because I went to Trader Joe's this weekend and I'm going to play a video, a little video I made. But yeah, it was real, and I was just like, "Why am I feeling like this?" It wasn't like I was feeling sick, like I wanted like a really bad headache. I had a faint headache. It was just like light, not like splitting headache. I didn't feel like throwing up sick, but I felt like I had a hangover. And I'm just like, "Dude, like it can't be a hangover. I must just be really dehydrated." And I haven't been drinking as much water as I usually do. We have to get something. There's our ice, I think, tastes weird because I have this my cup, and I would always drink water. I have this big, oh, I don't have it here with me, but one of those big tumbler things is pretty big, and I would drink at least one of those a day. I always had it sipping on it in Maine and throughout the summer and stuff. But it's up there. I don't know. I found it and I put ice in it, and it just tastes like ugh. I don't think it's the water, it's the ice. So anyway, I wasn't drinking as much water, so I'm thinking, okay, I must be dehydrated, and this feels like a hangover. So I was putting two and two together. I'm just like, I don't know. And then I said to Dan, I said, or he said to me, I was like, I just feel off. And he was like, could it be something like you're for the first time in like literally like maybe 3 weeks, you're not in front of a computer all day? You're not overstimulated or like, because when you're in front of a computer, I mean, in life, everybody know like there's always there's a TV there or a phone or when you work in front of the computer, it's always stimuli all the time. Even if you don't work in front of a computer, no, it's like you're going bouncing from one thing to another. And we'll watch a TV show, it's like screens all the time. So it was the first time in a while because I'm honest. I'm always honest on maybe too honest, but like I just had no life. I was just like in front of the computer for weeks on end. And it was just like this cycle. And we are also, it's still cold here and it's still dark. It's still gray. It's snowing right now. And so, those days where you don't feel so bad being inside, and it's just been like that for a couple weeks, with the exception of a few days. I always feel bad if it's like a nice day and you're like still stuck inside in the computer. You have to go outside. You don't feel as bad when it's cold and rainy and you're like, oh, I'll just be inside anyway. But that's how it's been the last few weeks. And anyway, if anyone cares, I think you guys do care, but I'm wondering if anyone else has experienced this. Um, but so I went out to the grocery store and went out to got my coffee. I'll show the little video that we did. So I just was like, I need to take like 2 days off and not go in front of the computer. You actually like, I think I'm addicted to it. You always have with my phone. I was like, I had to use it to film some of the stuff. It's like, I am not going in front of the computer on Saturday. I didn't at all. Went to the store, and then Sunday, it wasn't until last night I shot some videos, like filmed, and I did a little editing really late at night, but not too much. And I felt a lot better yesterday, but Saturday, I just felt like crap. And Dan looked it up and I said, "Can you use the chat GPT?" I said, "You do it. I'm not going to look." And he pulled it up and they said that it is such a thing. I definitely believe it. And I feel like I experienced that on Saturday. So I guess this is my reminder. And this was something I said in one of my earlier podcasts about the life balance thing. And so in this world, I think it's really tougher than it used to be to get grounded and go outside and get in nature and take a walk because time goes so fast and you're constantly plugged in. You got to unplug. It's like kind of the reconnection movement I talked about. You got to unplug and take care of yourself. So I said, I need to go to the grocery store and stock up on some health food. And that brings me to my drink here. Cheers, everybody. I know Joe's off of work. And we got Jason in the room here. I don't mean to ignore the chat room. I'm so sorry. I'm doing everything myself, as I constantly tell you about. But Jessica Wempinski's in here. Oh, she sent me little owls. Late night owl. Are you a late night owl, Jess? And then there's people who are just like, I don't sleep at all. Like Dan doesn't sleep that much. He only needs a couple hours. I'm like, I need sleep, but I sleep at weird hours. And just to head over to the chat room again. Maga Durbite says, the reminiscing is fun, Hollis. 40 years ago, I had a pair of pony high top basketball shoes. Now I wear Under Armour lockdown 7s, and I believe Under Armour is Dan's favorite brand. It is. He loves Under Armour. We said we should get a sponsorship for them. I mean, he promotes them. He's always talking about them for years. I think it's the only hat that'll fit his head. He says he has a big head. I don't think he does really, but he wears those hats and he has every shirt. I'm like, this is kind of boring. Like, is there something else? But it's his style and he looks good on them. He loves Under Armour. But the pony high basketball shoes, as we were saying with the Helium Boys, I remember that comment. I didn't know that was from you. For some reason, I thought it was from Tim. But pony high top basketball shoes. And yes, reminiscing is fun. And I think that it's important. Like I said, with people our age or older, maybe a little younger, like, because they're not going to know all the 80s stuff and all this stuff. Timothy was in the chat room and he mentioned a wacky pack. I didn't know what that was. And then he sent me a picture of what it was. So it's just like all these different little things, but I didn't recognize that one. But, we're getting to know each other. And so Jessica's in the chat room. Thank you for being here, Jess. And Jason's here. And yep, Jess has always been a night owl. Me too. In college, right? Where we didn't want to go to the morning classes. I did. I did in college. I did go to them. But remember like the 7 to 10 classes on Wednesday nights? I'd be like, oh, I'll take the night class. Jess says we rocked LA gear and Jordache. LA gear, I remember those. Airwalkers. Remember those? Puma. Yeah. You used to skip most of your classes. I was pretty good. I didn't skip it too much, but the ones I probably would have missed, not on purpose, not like skipping it, was as I slept in because I was never like a good early person. But yeah. So let's see. Should we go to the video? Let's see if I could share the video here. Give you a little tour. I did a little tour of the studio and things like that. I'm trying to think here. I'm thinking live on air. Here, let me just play a commercial while I get my stuff in order. And this will be great when Tom's available and he wants to be here. And you guys could pop on screen too. I'd love to introduce him. Let's go to media over here. Let's play a little commercial. Oh, just for housekeeping, because you guys bought me coffees and I appreciate it. But just in case there's anyone new there, I'll play this one. Are you enjoying the podcast? If you'd like to support what I'm building, you can buy me a coffee. Every bit of support helps me keep this podcast going and release my music independently. You can leave a one-time tip or become a member for a few dollars a month and unlock exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage you won't find anywhere else. Just visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady or scan the code you see on the screen. I'll just play this little commercial in case there's some new people in there. Here's another little series you might be interested in. Holly's Playhouse is a raw, real, and emotionally charged docu-style miniseries following the turbulent journey of me, singer-songwriter Hollis Mahady, who left Scranton, Pennsylvania in 2010 to chase stardom in Hollywood. For nearly a decade, I fought to make my mark in the entertainment industry until 2019, when the world changed overnight. Told through a lens of humor, heartbreak, and hope, this is a deeply personal series that captures the highs and lows of a creative spirit navigating sudden change. If you want to check it out, head over to www.vopusaradio.com. Just go down to the Arts and Entertainment channel and you'll find it there for free to watch. All right. Well, I don't know. I was like, is it too early for a commercial? But I was lining my other video up here. So this is what I did when I did my digital unplug for Saturday and Sunday. And I decided to put together a little compilation. So you can see me then outside of behind the microphone and always just sitting in the chair. So here we go. And I'm just going to play and hopefully this will work. Here we go. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see. I might have to. It is just supposed to play. Let's see. See, this is where it gets a little hairy. I have the video here. And I might need Dan for this one. Because now I messed everything up. See, and this is why someone would come in handy as a producer, because it's supposed to go smoothly. But we're working out the kinks here. I know that it's down here. And I hear a little chipper chatter out there. Thank you, my technician. I might have to get out my glasses because I was feeling a little studious over the weekend. Okay, is it coming? And are you hearing it? Okay, let's start it again from the
and we're
beginning because I made this nice little
going some
intro.
Hi everybody. So today we're stepping out. I'm stepping out behind the computer and we're going somewhere very special. We're going to the grocery store. But not just any grocery store. We're going to Trader Joe's today. So I decided, you know what? All you've seen me plop behind a computer desk, and that's all I've been, is plop behind a computer desk. But we're going to have a life, and we're going to live on the weekends. And on Monday, when you're watching this, I want to know what you did on the weekend. Was it as exciting as going to the grocery store and going to Trader Joe's and possibly Sam's Club? So I figured let you know a little bit about me outside of the studio. And here I moved to Cleveland, Ohio. I'm in Strongsville, and give you a little tour just quickly here, right behind me. How great is this? We have tennis courts. So the weather is actually nice, very warm today. I decided to wear my green robe coat as we go and pick up the goodies and essential supplies for the week from Trader Joe's. So this is our apartment here. And it's a beautiful complex. Everything looks the same. You want to remember your number, otherwise you might go in someone else's house. I don't drink anymore, thank God, but it's one of those where you just might not remember where you live. So this is the beautiful Polo Club Apartments in Strongsville, Ohio. So we're going to take a trip to Trader Joe's, and I'm going to treat myself today to an iced latte from Dunkin' Donuts. I used to get them a lot. I used to get them every day from Tim Hortons. But, you know, it really adds up. It's kind of a waste of money when you can make it at home. So we don't do that anymore. But on the weekends, it's a day out, guys. I think you know when you're over, I don't know, 30 years old, maybe less, maybe more. But when your weekend excitement consists of going to the grocery store, treating yourself to an iced coffee, and then back to the computer for more editing for the show. But also, tomorrow I may be getting a new phone and a new iPad that comes with it as part of the deal. So I'm thinking about doing some live streams from my music studio. I haven't been there in a few weeks. It sucks because I'm paying for it, but it's just been so busy. So hopefully we might make it there tomorrow. And if not, we're going there this week so I could show you the music studio and maybe even play some songs for you, which would be awesome. So the other thing I want to do tomorrow is hit the gym. So I'm going to go to the rec center, and they have a hot tub and a sauna. So let's head over to Trader Joe's, and I'll see you there, and we'll pick out some goodies together. And let's not forget, you have to do the daily chores, like take your garbage out. You're watching Holli-tics. Make sure to tune in and share it with a friend. Like, subscribe, and if you want to drop a tip, go for it, because I'm going to get my coffee, and it's because of people like you. You guys actually bought me this coffee, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to get it. And I think I'm going to get the banana. There's a banana cold foam cream thing, and it was really good. I had it last Saturday, and we're going to go get it again. So thank you to all of you who donated and dropped a tip. You guys bought me a coffee. We're going to go enjoy that together. So grab yourself one if you haven't already, and let's go.
This time we can reach the sky on a prayer, we go higher than high. Yeah.
Here we go. So I love donuts. They're one of my favorite things ever. We've talked about donuts on the show. Drop your favorite donut in the chat room. And I don't think I'm going to do it, but I might. So here we go. I got to peruse the menu. Okay, so I decided on the banana pudding cloud latte. And here it is. I got a large. A lot of time I waste it. I don't always drink the large, but you get the large. It's a little bit extra. Yeah, this was like $6. It's kind of a lot for a coffee, but it's a fancy one, and I don't do it every day. But to those who have bought me a coffee, this one's on you. Thank you so much, and I hope you're enjoying your coffee if that's your drink of choice. So here we go. I'm a Trader Joe's, my favorite. We're stocking up on healthy. It's Monday. It's a new beginning, guys. This is why I love Trader Joe's. I was just picking up my stir fry selection. So long, butternut squash, blueberries, the onions, the stir fry. We're gonna have a healthy week. We're gonna start. So if you're like me, and you got in the rut, you want to lose weight and feel good, and we'll talk about all that on Monday. Well, it is Monday when you're watching this. We'll talk a little bit about diet and health and everything, because you gotta practice what you preach. And I got on the rut. So today is day one of the Holistics Challenge. So if you're in it with me, let's go. This starts here at Trader Joe's for me. Where did this start for you?
It's time we can reach the sky. On a prayer we go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny.
Here she comes, the host of Holistics, the one and the only, Hollis Mahady, conquering Trader Joe's in Westlake, Ohio. Hollis, how do you feel?
I feel fantastic, and I'm ready to replenish my body with the creamy hummus and vegetable broth. Boom, I'm here now. I wanted to give you a little tour of behind the scenes here on Holistics. And this is my other set. When I did my first episode, I was explaining I was new to live streaming and everything. So I record from my other set that you normally see. But here's actually a little inside. This is the place I go to, my safe space, to escape a little bit, where I have all my stuff and my other set, which I'm going to show you. But in this room here, this is Holistics. So if you are watching this and maybe you're in your room, maybe you have incense. So I thought I'm going to light some incense. It's always nice to have a little incense burning. So that's what I do in my room. Welcome to Holistics. Put a little bit of incense on. Okay. So we're going to light the incense. And whatever you're grateful for today, maybe you have incense. Even if you don't, here, you could just pretend you're smelling mine. We'll burn it out. I say thank you. Thank you, God, for giving me today. Okay? Welcome to Holistics. And then I like to put on my little diffuser thingy. You fill it with water. And I have a couple of these essential oils, but I like eucalyptus as my favorite. Eucalyptus reminds me of being at a spa, which brings back good memories. If you listen to some other episodes, I love spas. And they usually have like eucalyptus or some other little oil in there. So you put that in, it gives you a nice vibe. And I will be speaking about this more in depth, but this is my red light therapy bed. And this is something I invested in. I was talking on one of my episodes about SAD, the seasonal depression and stuff, and light and red therapy. And there's different lights people use during the winter to get through. There's a lot of health benefits to it. So I'm just giving you a little tour, but I will talk more about that in depth later. But this is my red light therapy bed. I love doing it so much, I decided to get my own. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll tell you all about it. Full body vibrational plate, which sometimes I step on too. And this is really cool. I actually did it today. You have it go as fast or slow as you want. So this is my little room where I'll go and like get a little rejuvenation. I have some weights under there, but after shooting, and I have my screen up there as well. And sometimes I don't have anything on it right now, but I could do like a screensaver. I watch my podcast. I always like to watch. I'll tell you guys about that one. But yeah, you just go in, and honestly, after doing a week in front of the computer, and really honestly leading up to that, almost 2.5 to 3 weeks straight, like bulk of the day in front of the computer. And yesterday is the first day I wasn't in front of it. And I literally felt hungover. It was weird. I felt sick. And that's why tomorrow is Monday. And this is probably when you're going to be watching this video. Monday's day one. And I'm starting totally practicing what you preach, right? I talk about balance and spirituality. And sometimes the hustle and bustle of life, and you're just trying to work and hit your goal and meet your thing, you forget about like what's really important. And to me, health is very important. Taking care of your physical well-being, but also your spiritual, emotional well-being. So that's why this is my safe space, and this is my little corner of the world I've made. It's just a second bedroom, and it was really important that I was able to have some of this stuff. I could just go in, forget about the world, and escape. And come in and read some of the books and read other things I've been talking about and get inspired and write some lyrics or read a book I love. But like with the hustle and bustle, I'm like, oh, I haven't done that in so long. It's been just like boom, 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 working, and you're always in front of the technology. You're always in front of the phone. You're always in front of the rays, like the electromagnetic ray. Like it's too much. So maybe you have one in your home. Tell me about it. Drop a comment. We'll discuss it. Even like people, for a long time, I didn't even have a lot of space. I always lived in small spaces. So I was like, oh, but I wish I had a room. It could just be a corner of the room. It could be like, that sounds weird, even in your car, just somewhere where you're just like, okay, I'm unplugging for a little bit. So this is where we're going to go to unplug. I'm going to tell you a story. So I just wanted to give you a little tour of that. So thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to be going over here now. I'm pushing this off. But this is where originally wanted to do the show from, and so we can kind of bounce back and forth. But these are just things that I've had around my house. A lot of them has to do with, not around my house, but I've been collecting over the years. I've gotten rid of so many things, but everything you see here is pretty much what I own as far as things I've kept over the years, some books and little memorabilia. I got my Rocky poster there. So a picture, my incense, some special things, a lot about the Comedy of Errors. And of course, over here, I have to clean it more, but I got all my books, my lyric sheets I talk about, some of my old CDs from the Love Zombies that I keep, my notebooks, my writings. All my stuff is here. Some of my symbolism from Comedy of Errors, the hourglass, the lion, everything. The gesture hat, the wings, the angel wings. And if you watch the Comedy of Errors podcast, I'm going to get into a lot of that stuff too. So I just thought, you know what? We'll change it up here a bit on Holli-tics. This is exciting.
All right, guys, welcome to Holli-tics. And here I am in my office, or my other set, I should say. This is where I have my light up neon sign that says Holli-tics. This is Sunday night. I'm recording this. I needed a bit of a detox away from the computer. And I talk about this a lot, how I'm always in front of the computer, blah, 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 blah. But how it's important to reconnect back and to reconnect to yourself and to give yourself some like discipline, like get away from the hustle and bustle. I said, I haven't drank in over 3 years. I don't drink anymore, but I felt hungover yesterday. It was crazy. I couldn't really explain because I didn't feel like sick. I didn't feel like horrible. Like I didn't think it was seriously wrong, but I didn't feel good. I felt like hungover. That was the only way I could think of it. I'm like, it can't be a hangover. You know that feeling when you're hungover and then I'm like, am I dehydrated? Maybe I'm just not drinking enough water. And then I started looking, I'm like, and Dan actually said, could it be something like you were not in front of the computer after you were like straight for like so long? And I'm like, maybe that's a thing. And he, of course, asked ChatGPT, and they said that that's a thing. Like your nervous system is recalibrating. Like you're always having this stimuli, and all of a sudden you're not having it. And I didn't go on the computer at all yesterday. I didn't edit. I didn't do anything. I went out. I went grocery shopping to Trader Joe's. I was like, I need to get back into my work-life balance. Like I said, it wasn't healthy. I was just kind of always kept working in front of the computer, editing, but because I do so much alone, I'm like, oh, blah, 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 trying to set these shows up and do all this stuff. So today is Sunday, and I didn't do any editing or anything, but I was like, I'm going to shoot this video, but I did listen to a podcast. It wasn't a podcast. It was a sacred service. It's every Sunday they do it. And this guy named Michael Muradad, and I love him. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about the video and this is the video I watched today because he goes live every week. And I'm going to talk about a lot in my music podcast, and just on this podcast too, because he talks about themes that I always talk. So this is the part where it goes like deep. And Friday we did a fun show. It's just about reminiscing TGI Fridays. But this is the part where philosophical. I get a little bit deep about life's questions and all that. This was a cool one because when you into spirituality, or you hear the manifesting a lot, right? You hear the word, oh, manifest the life you want. You create your own reality. I talk about this stuff a lot. Like in life, are you responsible for your life really? Are you really in charge? Is there destiny? Is there divine protection? Is there predetermined? Is there free will? Is there fate? Like I just already said that, but all those things. And this is just someone, the way he always speaks in his service he does every Sunday. Sometimes I miss it and I'll go back and watch a few in a row. They're about an hour. No, it's not a podcast. He does a service and they stream it, but he's like speaking in front of the podium and he's at the place. This is the one that I picked. I was his last week actually, and I missed it. So I was watching that one today. It's not the one he did today. Okay, this was the one I was watching today when I took a break from everything and I came and I did my red light therapy and I put on the incense and I was like, I just need to reconnect. And I was under the red therapy thing and I had it playing. And you could go and watch it yourself too. I'll post a link if anyone's interested. But the one I picked was from 7 days ago. We streamed it. It was last week and I missed it. But it was called "Do It with God." I brought this up because I used to live in California, and the whole. If you know about this stuff, I mean, maybe you're into it yourself, like the New Age and this awakening and the spirituality, and even the incense, the chakras, all this stuff, the crystals, holistic health, holistics, all that stuff. You hear a lot of people will be like, just you could manifest it. You have to manifest it. You have to be in a good vibe. You have to stay in a good vibe and you have to manifest. And we think we're in control. We're like, okay, if I just eat better, if I just eat the salad, if I get the eucalyptus oil, if I get that, like I'll manifest it. I'll manifest a new car. I'll manifest a partner of my dreams. I'll manifest the job of my dreams, all that stuff. And this whole video just reminded me, and I've said this before about co-creating, like you're co-creating, but are we really in control? There's something bigger in control? And I'm not saying we, because I'm just talking about myself here, and maybe other people feel the same way, or maybe they don't. It's fine, but you co-create. I say that you have to we really aren't in control. That's why sometimes I'll say, just give up. And you know me. If you do know me, maybe you don't. But I never say give up. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever stop believing. Don't give up on your passion, your heart, your dreams. Not like that. But sometimes you have to give up control. How is it going to happen? Oh, I want to be a singer. I want to be in front of people. I want to be an entertainer. So I'm going to try to do it like this. I'm going to move to Maine and buy a house and buy a studio because this is how I'm going to do it. Meanwhile, other plans, the universe has other plans. They're like, well, that's what you want, but I don't know about that. That's going to be the right place or time or way or person. Yeah, okay, we're listening. We're listening. We're going to answer. Yeah, okay. We're working together here, but it's not going to happen like that. So here we are busy, like, I'm going to do it this way and this way. And you're trying and trying and trying. You're doing it thinking you're fully in control. And I think that's what people call it, God, the universe, the higher power, whatever it is that you believe in or you think, just God, something bigger than yourself. Because I always say that I don't feel in control. Like you do and you don't. We have free will, right? We could choose certain paths. Will all these paths always lead to the road? Will they always, if you were destined to be whatever it is, a mother, a father, a family, like were you destined not? Like is it always going to be that? Like, are you in charge? Things you try to do to get to that place. Will you ever get there if it wasn't in your destiny, if it wasn't predetermined? Is that such a thing? This is just up for debate. I don't know. I believe that if there's something you really want, or there's something you like, you think you're meant to do, you're destined, you really feel it, if you put it out there and let go, like maybe work towards it, will you be led there eventually? Because honestly, I told the story about ending up in Cleveland again and being back in front of the camera and finally being able to finish my album. But it wasn't on my terms. I thought it was going to be last year, and it was not. It was not at all how I thought it was going to be. And at that point, I never gave up, but I was thinking, I don't know. Am I ever going to be able to release this music? Is anything ever going to work out the way I was thinking? And Planning Passion Productions didn't work out the way I thought it would be. Like I ended up leaving Maine, where I moved, bought a house. None of that worked out. And I'm just like, womp womp. I didn't give up, but then bam, like that, landed in a place where things come a lot easier. I mean, there's still struggles and stuff, of course, life, but it's just like, oh, maybe when you let go of trying to plan it and try so hard, things happen. If you keep believing. See, that was the thing. I never stopped believing, but I was like, oh, maybe I just got to stop like my plans of how this is going to go. How is this going to go? He talks about this, and I've talked about this before too, ego. And he said, edge God out. Ego is self. And I talk about that a lot because ego is what ego is self. Ego, edge got out. You're not looking at the bigger picture. You're just like, you hear that sometimes when you're, oh, that guy has a lot of ego, or that girl, oh, she's all ego. What does that mean exactly? It means you're all about yourself. Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong you have to be about yourself. We're trying to survive in the world. You got to pay your bills. You got to pay your, got to feed your kids. You got to take care of your animals. You got to pay, whatever, all that stuff. Self, ego, self. Doesn't mean you're bad. We all have an ego. But when it's just self, that's why I say it's me, but me to we. When you go to we, now you're more in God mode, I think. You're more in we're thinking about everybody. We're thinking about how we all affect each other in this game of life. We're all connected, right? So when I was in Love Zombies, I had a t-shirt. This was so long ago. And it had a curse on it, but I won't say it because I'm trying not to curse. But it was it was F, fear, like the F word. Fear. Kill ego, love zombies. And what that meant was fear. Fear is when you don't believe. It's like and we all have fear, right? Oh, like fear is really when you dig deep, when you get into this stuff. Fear is underlying, is the root of everything, of not doing certain things or things that hold you back. It's usually fear that you don't even know you have. Fear of your self-doubt. Like, oh, I'll never find another partner if I leave them. So I might as well stay because I'm fearful, really, I'm not good enough. And fear. So that was like F fear, be brave, right? F fear, kill ego. Because when you go to we, you connect, like more things are when it's just not about you and you're just trying to control it and it's just me trying to just do everything. Me. Kill ego. Edge got out. What ego? Edge got out. Kill that. Instead, become more like we. And then Love Zombies was actually, my band was called that, but my thing with Love Zombies, the name, there was always much more meaning than it actually came across as. It wasn't like a scary Halloween and there was little characters and all that. But when we were just zombies of just like, let's just get through life and just get through where we're like, kind of like zombies are dead, right? They're walking, but they're like, they look like dead. They're like zombies. Oh, it was like let's be love zombies, like full of love. Like instead of just being like dead, like I walk with my hands out, ready to hug you, ready to love you. That was one of our songs. The Love Zombies theme song. Love zombies. Like, screw fear, kill ego, love zombies. Let's be love zombies instead of just like dead zombies. Let's all just like love each other. So that was Love Zombies, and a lot of the songs, even back then, Lighten Up was a song I had. Big and Strong was there. Backwards World was one. We had a song called Awaken. So yeah, these were the messages I had even back then. But yeah, when I get into a day, like when I just feel like I need to connect again, I try to do some of these things I've been talking about. And I haven't been great at it. Like it's all about balance because it's easy to fall back. I call it the 3D world. You fall back because it's tough. It's like, oh, we got to do this, and you're busy and you have to pay the bills and go to work and figure things out. But what is life really about? It's about something so much bigger. There's other things at play. And I think that's the fun part of life. I think that's the cool part. Life is a game. And that's what my album's about and everything. So, but yeah, I will link that down below if anyone's interested in watching. This guy always makes so much sense to me. And if you're into this kind of thing, I definitely suggest to watch it. So that's why I just thought I'd talk about that a little bit. What is life really about? Me to we. What is it about? It's just about collecting stuff and material pursuit. When you think about it in the bigger scheme, it's like I think there's a much bigger reason that we're here. And it's purpose, finding your purpose. People search their whole lives, including me. What's my purpose? I have to find, like, is it singing? Is it just to be here and to be a good person and figure out how to love yourself, how to enjoy this spirit experience. They say, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Then you could talk about dreaming when you go to sleep. Is that the dream or is this the dream? Are we really just in a dream? Is this heaven? Is this hell? Can we create heaven on earth? Can we create hell on earth? Brings me back to my song Edenshire, which is this guy is the guy who talked about the concept of Edenshire. Like, we can create heaven on earth. And that's what the song's about. So I'll play that sometime. But yes, these are the questions that go through my mind. I don't know if anyone else out there has these. Feel free to comment. Let me know. Some people don't think like this at all, and this probably isn't for you. That's fine, and tune out or write a nasty comment, or write something. Maybe you have the same questions. Again, I am not here pushing my beliefs on anyone, but this is just how I think sometimes. And, I'm recording it to see if there's anyone else out there who might think the same way. So back to the show. Thanks for tuning in for this little other segment where I'm in my set, my other holistic set. And I'll see you in the live show. Here we go. Oh, so close. I wanted that to be more smooth. Can you guys see me? Wait, hold on. Let's put this. Oh, so close. I wanted to do the click. Like, those videos you see online when they're in their outfits, or the guys too, but they're like, boop, and then they're in a new outfit. Here we are. I'm back. And I was watching the chat room while I was playing that video. And I want to say a big welcome to Amy's in the house, Amy Misha. Now, I've realized that I've been probably pronouncing your name wrong for so long. And you guys are so nice. Maybe you didn't tell me. Mashad, or I always say the D, but I think it's Masha. So let me know. Okay, so I've been looking at the comments. Yep, so that's kind of, I just played that because, as you guys could probably tell, I'm like always like doing something, and you have to train yourself to say, okay, stop. That's why people try to do meditation. Like, okay, turn off your brain. Then the thoughts, they just keep coming. It's like, because you're overstimulated. I'm always doing something on the phone, and it's just like, oh. So, but welcome Amy to the show. I love when Amy's here. What is Amy cooking tonight? Amy's always up to something. She's cooking something good. Let's do a little applause for everybody who's been here and is still here. Thank you for coming in. And we got Jim in the house. And I want to look at some of Jim's comments here. Jim says, I saw that. Give up control of everything. Yeah, sometimes. But it's with that weird thing. It's like people, that gets back into manifesting, right? Like people like, just manifest it. And those people would annoy me because I'd be, especially in California, it was a totally different place. And man, it's all above the vibes. And it'd be like, yes, I want to manifest this or that in your life. But you also there's work that goes into it too. Like, is it just an accident I have a podcast? No, I bought the microphone. I spent so much time setting it up. Like, yes, you manifest certain things, but you still also have to put your part in, because that goes back to the co-creating, right? You're co-creating with someone. And when I say with God, he's helping you along the way. Like certain things will be pushed. Okay, maybe you'll meet this person that helps, like whatever you're looking for. If it's a microphone, I mean, I end up just buying that, but like something you might need because you're focused on that. And it's like, God is good. I think he wants you to be here. If say he or she or wants you to succeed. They don't want us to be always struggling in pain and stuff like that. So let's see another comment. In your opinion, this is a good one. And everyone in the chat room, feel free. I'll put your comments up here. Here's one. In your opinion, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? You get those at like job interviews, right? And you're supposed to say, I never I always wanted to start a business. So I'm always like, well, when I get that question, it's like, well, I don't want to be here in 5 or 10 years. I want to be like somewhere else. But then you have to lie and be like, I see myself as a stable job and really, so that, I don't know. Anybody in the chat, where do you guys see yourself in 5 to 10 years? I don't know. This point, I'm just happy. Hopefully we're all still alive, and that's good enough. Like I said, I gave up certain plans, hopefully, I really don't know. I could just say, hopefully my mom's still here and everything's, and we're all healthy. That's the biggest thing. So, because yeah, you always say, I hope I have more money by then. Maybe I have a car at that point. I had to sell my car. Thank you. Henry has it though. I still don't have a car. In 5 years, I'll see myself hopefully in a car driving somewhere and alive. That would be a start. I don't know. I think when you're younger, you're like, oh, and then as you get older, you're just like, I just want to be healthy and alive, So, and then Amy says here, let's see. So Jim says, okay, I'm going in the row here. So what is it? Anyone else see themselves somewhere in 10 years? Let's try 5. Let's try just tomorrow. I see myself hopefully at the gym because I didn't do what I said I was going to do. And then we beat ourselves up, right? Gotta go to the gym Monday. Even I have my workbook out. I was feeling studious. I even brought when you're getting like in the routine, you're like, okay, get the planner out, put the glasses. Okay, we're gonna write our day plan. We're gonna go to the gym, go like New Year's. We're gonna put our resolutions down. But if you don't do it, don't beat yourself up. You'll get there. I was gonna do it, and I did what I said I wasn't gonna do. I went to the computer and I got sucked in. But I have another good video because of it. We could play. I did a compilation of all the comments of the day that we're gonna get into. But yes, I have because I wanted to talk about some health things as well. And I have a workbook here that we'll get into. I have to hold it here. This is from Dr. Peter. Shout out to Dr. Peter Amato. He is the reason I met Dan. And we'll get into that. But this is what I was at Trader Joe's saying, I'm picking out my stir fry. Hey, it starts baby steps. If you're totally out of a routine and you're like, oh, don't just try to do everything with just little steps. Like, for instance, today I started my day with a juice instead of a coffee because I replenished and I got these at Trader Joe's. So that's a good step, right? You're preparing. At least you got to have some of your stuff, so you don't just go back to old habits. And I'm not going to drink this because I already had one today, but I started the morning with a cold pressed juice. And this was actually pretty good. It was good. And I did feel good after that. And I had one Sunday because I went Saturday to Trader Joe's. And so instead of the coffee, I had this because as I kept repeating in my videos, I was feeling like, ugh, I'm like, wow, I need something green. I need something alive. That was some good advice I always heard and always remembered. If you want to feel alive, eat things that make you feel alive. The grocery store, sure. And Amy's great with this. Amy knows all this stuff. But you want to feel alive, eat things that are alive. You're always eating things like from cardboard boxes or in the frozen food section. You might not feel as good because there's a lot of chemicals, preservatives. So if you can, shop the perimeter of the grocery store where the greens are. And then we can get into the debate of all the things they spray on them and the vegetables and what's really happening. But we'll save that for another day. But where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? We got that one. Okay. Amy's having beef stroganoff. Ooh, that sounds good. My mom makes that. My mom makes a really good one. She makes chicken stroganoff too. Do you use sour cream in that or cooking sherry? That was like my mom's special ingredient. She said it had to be the certain brand, a Holland House. And Dan got the recipe because I'm not the greatest cook. Amy knows. She showed me once how to can chicken though. Delicious. I see him drive sometimes. Have you ever tried orange chicken at Trader Joe's? You know what? Yes. But you know what I used to get? Oh, this brings us to something interesting. I used to always get at Trader Joe's the orange chicken, but it was the fake chicken. Because I was a I've tried every freaking diet and cleanse and should I keep the glasses on? I like them. I'll keep them on. We're in our study mode. Get out your binders, guys. We're going to take some notes. Okay? This is Holli-tics 101. No, shop the perimeter. But for many years, like I said, I tried not every single diet, but lots of diets. I've always was reading on these things and doing cleanses and I tried so many different kind of diets. But I was a vegetarian for a long time. Not a long time, but 3 years or on and off. But I was always craving meat, But it was kind of the hip, cool thing to do in California. And then you read about all this stuff when you're saying eat things that are alive and, animals and all that. But I don't know. I stopped doing that. What was I saying? See, this happens to me sometimes. I forget what I was saying. With the vegetarian diet, just eating things that make you feel alive. Oh, the nuggets, right? The orange chicken. I would get the vegan ones or the fake chicken. And I did that for a long time. And when you read the ingredients, there's a lot of fillers in that too. And then things come out with, is that stuff really that good for you? Or then there's a lot of soy. I mean, you get into diets, we could be here for 10 years, everyone has a different recommendation and something that worked for them. The best thing that worked for me, because anyone, you go up and down with your weight, I'm sure I'm not the only one. You have other pairs of pants in your closet that are 2 sizes up, 2 sizes down. I have one that says gold pants and, and you're always it's kind of like the yo-yo. So things that did work for me was that the thing was eating thinking of food as medicine and eating things that were alive more. Snacking and all that, eating too many, obviously, sweets. I love donuts and all that. But when lived in California, I was at my thinnest ever. But I mean, I was in that music industry, Hollywood. So it was always like, they want you to starve yourself. And you're always, what's the word? Depriving yourself of the pleasures of life. And that's how it was there. I mean, it's such a superficial place. It was all like, you have to be like really skinny. And that's how it was in the music industry and all that. And so, but I think at the end of the day, people try diets and all that, but it's a lifestyle, and it's just doing things that make you feel better, at least to start. So just starting with little things like, substituting if you're drinking a lot of soda, get sparkling water instead. But going to Trader Joe's was a nice reminder, because that's the kind of stuff I always used to eat, and I didn't have Trader Joe's for a long time, but I would eat some of the stuff that I got today. Actually, I just tried this coconut water, this coconut smoothie, and gosh, it's like three gulps and it's gone, but it's pretty good. It's kind of like a little slimy. Cheers, everybody. Anyone else drinking slimy coconut water? Yeah, it's okay. Let's see. Let's go back to the comments here. Canned chicken. Okay, we'll go back up here. Amy's on her beef stroganoff. Oh, Aaron's in there too. Yeah, it's delicious. You fell into the microphone. You guys can't see this, but drop a comment. I'm in the chat room here. Thinner, feeling fit, or should I say thin? Yep. Have you ever tried the Trader Joe's? That's got me off on the little tangent there about the fake meat and all that. So I went back to eating regular meat. Just because I've read a lot about stuff they put in these Beyond Burgers and all this stuff, and then they get into the whole thing, you're eating bugs, and you just don't know. I like salad bars, and then you think about that too, and you're like, oh, all the germs, and who knows who touched it, and yes, it's hard to stay on track sometimes. It is. It's just you go, and I'm one of those who are like, and this isn't a good way to be, I don't think, but I'm not giving this advice, but all or nothing. I'll be like, okay, let's clean the house and just start over and start by and get some stuff. Throw out the junk food. I don't like to waste foods, but I'll give it away, or but yeah, like we could go on diets and diets, but the biggest thing that did work for me when I was working at Inner Harmony Wellness, I had put on a lot of weight during COVID, and I had in Holly's Playhouse is episode 8 or 7, or it's one of those episodes where I was home like everyone, right? And all of a sudden, activity too is a big thing. Because I like in California, and I was younger, and they say when you get older, obviously your metabolism slows down. I don't know, it's true, right? And when I was out in California, I was younger, and I was always on the go, even if I wasn't constantly at the gym, because I was never like a workout, like always at the gym, but I did work out. But but I would just kind of stay thin because I was always running around, and I was dieting, like I said, because they were all about that, all about superficial. You have to be super skinny and all that. So, but when you come back, it was during COVID where, yeah, I probably put on 20 pounds, and I was like, oh man. And what did I really do different? One, I was drinking a lot. That was and then it was a couple of years ago, and that puts on the pounds. And all of a sudden, you go from even if you're not having a really active job, you're still just out of the house. You're lifting things. You're going to the store. You're moving. You're burning some calories. And I just had been inside for like so long, and I put on my pants. I'm like, oh my God, these are really tight. And I'm like, it's all in the video. There was one episode where I remembered editing. I was learning my editing then. I like, I want the button to like go boink, and it just popped. And it was just, so that was when I did the cleanse, and I threw out all the pizza boxes and the beer. And then I started working at Inner Harmony Wellness. And that's when I met Dan and everything. But that was when I tried a diet there. And I was actually head of the weight loss program. I had a couple of clients I helped. And I was like, well, I have to do the diet as well to be able to tell them if this works or not, And it did work. It did work. What was great was I got it for free. I got like this kit. It came with the cookbook, but it was 8 weeks. And it was right when I met Dan. And I was like, I need to lose these 20 pounds. And the diet really just consisted of, I mean, it's like anything. I think that if you do this, it was no sugar, um, eating little meals. Now, there's a lot of debate about that as well. It's like, should you eat 6 little meals or should you fast? Or should you eat 1 meal a day? Is it really calories? Is it your metabolism? I mean, I've learned like a lot of different things, and it's what works for you, I guess. Dan loves to not loves to, but he fasts, and that helps him lose weight and feel better with his inflammation and all that. And I fast too, but like I said, I always has the coconut water. I'm like, oh, sorry guys, did you hear that? Cheers. A little bit more, one more gulp left. Is this interesting? Is this boring to you guys? You like talking about the food and the diet and stuff? Because I mean, this is like I said, this is something you can go on forever about. Does Dion's diet slimy? It is slimy. Oh, you saw me at the gym in because James and I went to college. And everyone in the chat room here. We have Joe in there. We have Tim. Jim and I went to college together. Amy and I lived in Maine together. And because I like to introduce everyone to each other. And Maga Dirt Biker, he's in Ohio. We've yet to meet in person, but I feel like I know you now. He's hilarious. I love your video, by the way, you sent. It's so good. Your editing is great. I love the motorcycle, but seed oil. Is seed oil bad for you? Then you hear these things and you're just like, oh, I thought that was good for me. There's this whole thing about kale. And then you think, did these people, let's get on the health food craze, and they push health food. And it's like all just making money and advertisement. That's why I stopped eating those Beyond Burgers. I stopped eating some of that meat. I just like, so I don't eat so much meat. I do eat meat though. And I, feel eating things that feel alive. So there'll be things I really do like making recipes without meat. One, because, okay, this is going to sound weird. Amy will laugh. Maybe understand. Dan knows I don't like to cook meat myself. I'm always afraid it's like I'm not going to cook it well enough, or I'm going to like, what's that? The salmonella. I don't know. So like I would just always cook, not even cook, like put together little dishes that were more like plant-based, because I have a fear of cooking meat. I know that's weird. And people are like, oh, what? You're weird. It's, but so I like the vegetarian stuff. I would make like vegetarian chili, the peanut stew. I don't know. Did I ever make that, Amy? It was like this it was called vegan stoner stew. I was like, oh, I'm going to make this recipe, and it's so good. I remember me making it. I remember because I was never a great cook at all. But in the band one time, like, I don't know, we were all out. We were on I don't know, it was a vacation. It wasn't a vacation, we were on a gig, and like we were in a house. I mean, we were recording for the week, and everyone had to make something. And I'm like, oh God, what am I gonna make? I don't want to poison any of these people. So so I was like, I'll make the vegan peanut stew. And I was from America. So they're all like, ooh, what is this? I'm just like, it was potatoes, peanut butter. This sounds weird, but it was really good. I think I made it for Dan once, but it wasn't really like soupy. It's supposed to be more watery, like a soup. I made it a few times and it was really good. It had chickpeas, tomatoes. This probably sounds gross, but actually the combination, it was good. Maybe I'll try to make it again. But it was hearty. It was hearty and it was nice in the winter. But that was my meal. I tried to make a vegan stoner stew. Not bad. And it was cheap to make. You just potatoes and a can of the crushed tomatoes. Okay, so don't get Dan's pants. I see myself where I am now, my 3/4 acre ranch, playing with the okay, so here we go. This is what Joe says. This is where he sees himself in 5 to 10 years. I see myself where I am now at my 3¼ acre ranch. That's nice. Playing with bikes and chainsawing, enjoying the outdoors. Good. Yeah. Like you said, you just want to be like, that's great. Don't get Dan's pants. It's basically eating small meals, but it's the deficit. Kind of like a balanced scale. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the small meals. That was what no, I think it's in the closet, so I can't get it. But it was the book that came with the diet plan that I had been doing at Inner Harmony Wellness. And then I ended up doing it, and it did work. I did lose the 20 pounds. And it was but it was very strict. And in the beginning, I was hungry. You're eating these little meals, but they give you the shake, and you have the shake as a snack. And then it was just like very like 1 apple and 1 almond. And then it was like 1 vegetable and 1 protein. And you did that like 5 or 6 times. And that's another thing. Like sometimes you're just not hungry. You don't want to eat. You get into the rut where you're like, okay, you're rushing around all day. You didn't eat all day, and then you eat one meal. But if that one meal is only not only, but if that one meal is 1,500 calories or 2,000, that's your daily intake. Is that much worse? You know what I mean? Is that worse than, or is that's just the same as you're eating all these little small meals? Or does it have more to do with your metabolism? And there's a lot to it. There's a lot, and everybody has an opinion. There's so many diet books. The Atkins diet, when you're only eating meat, no carbs. There's that. So the sugar is a big thing. I do think that sugar turns into fat eventually, and sugar also they say leads to cancer. I mean, like if you're eating so much sugar, you're feeding your cells, and they eat it, and then there's so much. There's parasites. You got to do a parasite cleanse. I learned all about that at In Harmony Wellness, and I was always doing these weird things. I mentioned another show, the colonics and parasite cleanses, because these are things that make you sick and you don't even know. There's other things too, mold. What was the other thing? There were 7 things. Heavy metals. They're a big one. Things that are sprayed on your food. Glyphosate. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yes. Amy says, I tried to be vegetarian. I lasted for about 2 weeks. I broke down and went to the butcher to buy 10 pounds of hamburger. 10. Way to ease back into it. 10 pounds of hamburger. Then I went home and fried up 3 pounds of scrambled hamburger and ate it like it came. Right? It is. And there's a lot coming out about it too. I remember there was a guy in my band, and I was really surprised when years later I read his comment. He was strict vegan. Vegan. I did that too for a while. That's hard. That one's really hard with no cheese. And I have actually all these vegan cookbooks, and I was like, maybe I'll sell them. It's about making vegan cheese and all that. And I never really did it. I do like the vegan desserts because sugar is sugar, but they're in all these stuff. There's like high fructose syrup and dyes and colors. And we know that stuff's bad for us. I mean, if you don't, most people might know that. If you don't, they're not good. So I like to do like, instead of the syrup, like do honey, or make the crust out of almonds instead of like all this other crap, like cookies and things in cans, or not cans, in like bags, like Oreos and all that. They'll make your own versions of that. And gosh, you see on Instagram now, it's like, I'm always like, oh, look at when you're on a diet, they're always coming and it's like, oh, look at that. And they're making it with all these healthy ingredients. So I love to do that with the sweets, because I had a huge sweet tooth, and I was like, back in the day, I was like getting like pastries and Snickers, and I just loved it. I love sweets. And they say that parasites cause you to want sugar. I mean, I don't know if that's all true. We're going to have to hopefully we can get Peter on here. Dr. Peter, will you come and enlighten us with your wisdom of all the diets? Because your diet worked for me. That was no sugar. It was like very little sugar. I mean, there's sugar hidden in everything. In fruit too. That's another big thing. Should you have too much fruit? In a banana, there's loads of sugar. And then there's a whole thing with diabetes and spiking your sugar and insulin and all that stuff. So there's a lot. The human body is amazing, but it feeds off your energy. But they always say food is medicine. So that was again, I keep saying the same thing, but what works for me? You could let me know what works for you. Dates are awesome. Dates are in all these ingredients. It's always ingredient in these desserts. You have to have dates because they're a naturally sweet thing. But I know you could just, I don't know. We're out for debate on a lot of things here, but eating food that makes you just feel good, because it's a mindset too, but if it's something, but I don't think that it, then you could eat cookies. I guess eat what makes you happy. Bless the food before you eat it and enjoy, because you could go crazy trying to figure every single thing out. But like I said on another show too, it's just, I don't know. Enjoy your life as well. You can't always just be like, oh, so I think it's just like balance and stuff like that. But like I said, it's only because I lived in Hollywood. It was obsessed with your looks and you had to be skinny. So it's like, oh, what diet are you on this week? What is this working? And now I'm on the chicken broth diet, and now I'm on the grapefruit only diet. And let's try this diet. And steaming and all that stuff, and going to the Korean and Turkish bathhouse like I talked about. I love that though. That does make you feel good. You like sweat it out. You just gotta sweat. So tomorrow, not hopefully, you just gotta make it happen. Tomorrow I said I can't go to it's a trap. That computer's a trap. It's like, come here. I wanna edit. And then my mind's always going. I see all these videos I want to make, and It just takes so much time. So tomorrow, do not go to the computer first. Go get the gym bag. And I like to go swimming because we have a rec center near us. And I like to go do the swimming and run around the track. And then I treat myself at the end to a steam and a sauna. And they have a hot tub there too. So I love hot tubs. They're one of my favorite things ever. Let's see. So any comments over here? Did I miss any here? Okay. Comments. So speaking of comments, we take a little break. If you're enjoying the show, are we at the top? We're at the top of the hour. We're past the top of the hour. Wow. Time goes fast. Have a good time talking with everybody. Or, let's see. Just in case. Now, like I said, I may be doing a little more juice than coffee. But just in case you're enjoying the show, support the show. If anyone outside of all the people who already donated, thank you so much. I'm not talking to you. But if there's any new viewers, consider supporting the podcast. And this is how you can do it.
Are you enjoying the podcast? If you'd like to support what I'm building, you can buy me a coffee. Every bit of support helps me keep this podcast going and release my music independently. You can leave a one-time tip or become a member for a few dollars a month and unlock exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage you won't find anywhere else. Just visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady or scan the code you see on the screen.
And another way you can support, if you're interested, if you don't already have the music, you can pick up my music collection. It only cost me about $30,000 to make all this music over the years, probably. It's all on sale for the price of $20.
Need some new tunes to listen to? Why not try the Hollis Mahady Music Collection? As I move towards the new, I'm closing an old chapter with gratitude. To celebrate the new music on the horizon, I've gathered my complete past collection and made it available all in one place. The collection includes 2 full albums with my previous band, Love Zombies, Passion Fruit, and No Slow songs recorded live at Abbey Road Studios, the Be Honest EP with Love Zombies, Hollis original songs, Hollis cover songs, a bonus Christmas album. And this collection represents the journey that brought me here today and the doorway into what's next. To purchase the music collection, head over to hollismahady.com and go to the store. All funds raised go directly towards promoting and advertising my new album on my own label, Voice of Freedom Records. Thanks so much for supporting independent music.
And what I was talking about earlier, in case you missed it, the first episode about the reconnection movement. And if you want to get a free PDF, it's completely free. Check out my website. Here, it should be actually here. Let me just for now. Dates are awesome. Aw, Aspen. I miss you. Aw, I miss you guys too. Hopefully, maybe we'll see you over this summer. I really hope so. Okay, let me hide this real quick. Here, there's my website. There it is. Okay, cool. Producer Tom, are you still busy? Please come back. Okay, so comments. I miss you guys. How's Aspen's hair doing? He looks so cute with this haircut. I was going to play something else, but now, the reconnection movement. Yes, if you are just popping in, if you're just scrolling by, stop the scroll. Stop scrolling. Stop scrolling for a minute. Trust me, you want to sign up for my mailing list. You get lots of free goodies, and I will actually send emails eventually. It's on my to-do list under the other list of videos to make, but it's up there. But head over to the website, hollismahady.com. It's right there. You can sign up for the email list. You could be reminded when a new podcast is happening or when my new single comes out, which it will be eventually. That's why I didn't pick a date, because everything goes slower than you think. But it is coming, and our first step was the new photos. So if you'd like to check out the new photos, head over to www.hollismahady.com and grab a copy of the Reconnection Movement while you're at it. Here we go.
Download your free copy of the Reconnection Movement today. Just head over to my website, www.hollismahady.com. Go to the podcast sections, scroll to the bottom of the page, and enter your email to get your free copy instantly. Now more than ever, it's important that we reconnect and support real human creators and real people.
All right, there we go. So, shall we get into the comment of the day? Or, I'll be honest, I spent a large portion of the day, and I said I was making a video, I took all the little comments of the week from last week, and it was something it just kind of came out because I was starting going live, and as soon as you put yourself back out there, because you guys already know this, but it's been a while since I've been in front of the camera. Like I said, I'm not. This is a stage. I mean, I guess this is the form of a stage. You're in front of probably more people, exposed to more people than even at a show. It's been quite some time that I've been doing a podcast. I've never done a podcast, but a little bit. It's not my own podcast. So this is my stage now. And back in front of the stage, you're going to have your comments and your people with their 2 cents. We talked about it the other day, the peanut gallery. And people write their mean comments and people write nice comments. We do have a nice comment today, but I decided to put a little compilation together of the comments I got from the week. So that was what I was doing today. So maybe I'll play that in case you missed some of the other episodes and you probably didn't see all of them. They're pretty long. I've realized I could really talk. As I said, I got the smurglio in me. If anyone knows Dan, he could talk. So here we go. We'll play the comment. Maybe I'll just do the little compilation. This was all from the comments from this week. And like I said, it just I just started talking about one-on-one because it upset me. And then Dan's like, well, it's talk therapy. Go talk about it. Like, oh, I have a microphone now. So I'll address it in real time like he does. I've learned a lot from Dan as well. And before we hop into that, back in the chat room real quick, Amy says, he has a mohawk with a cross shaved on both sides of his head. That's so cool. I love that. You gotta send me a picture. Maybe I could put it up here. Oh, I love that's awesome. So maybe I could try that. I never had a mohawk. I told you that in England they called a mohawk something else. What did I say it was called? I forget. A fringe? No. In the UK they would call this part your bangs. We say bangs, they say fringe. And that's like another trick that, if you have wrinkles on your head and it's like an anti-aging thing. Supposed to like put them so they don't see the wrinkles. Oh, Mohegan. That's what it was. I was like, what's a Mohegan? And they said it was another name for a mohawk because my bass player had a Mohegan. And the bass player and the guitar player got in a fight one night and he only had a little bit of hair left. He just had I don't know if he was losing his hair or whatever, but he had shaved and he just had that one, piece. And I guess I wasn't there, but I guess they got in a fight and he pulled out his Mohegan and I don't think he has one anymore. That happened. Real story. Okay, so let's go back to the media assets here. Producer Hollis. Oh, you're doing a good job. Thank you. Thank you. It's not easy producing our show. Now my fringe is all messed up here. Hold on, guys. I'll adjust it at the break. But here, we'll watch the comments and then we'll go into the comment of the day. And it is actually another nice comment today. Like I said, I want to highlight the nice comments. And I've been getting a few more lately now, so that's nice. But that's what we're going to do. So here, I'll play this and I'll stop mumbling. I'm rambling now. I'm so sorry. Here we go. I'm going to add to the stage. Here we go. Let's see if this works. You get flooded with the hate comments. Okay, hold on one second. It's there, but I don't see it. Here, hold on. I don't know if you heard it. It should be there. Let me try it again. Last night on one of my videos I had posted. Her name is Donnie. I don't know why you don't see it. It wasn't really hateful. So here it is. The comment just said, get a normal job. But Donnie is the face of a lot of people I've met over the years. When someone says get a normal job, it means quit your dream. You suck. Saying that to somebody who does creative work, get a normal job. Have you ever listened to music before, Donnie? Like there's people out there who've made that music. Yeah, maybe it's just the famous people you have, like that you got, like their albums, the Billy Joels, this, that. But all those people, they got lucky or they had talent, but they got a break and they were good and now you have their music. But they all started just like someone like me or for like other people. There's a person that's sacrificing so they can give you something. It's like you just consume and I say it, think of the soul behind the song. It's easy for someone else to say who hasn't walked a different path, who hasn't lived it, or maybe have taken risks of their own. I took risks. I take risks because I think the most worst thing in life and the biggest mistake, if you don't follow what's in your heart, if you don't do your passion, if you have one. And that's why I say you get a comment like that, we'll get a normal job. It's like, that's the kind of stuff that pisses me off. Like, you. Like I got a comment on Facebook. So let's address it in real time, shall we? After I put a clip on, because the video was very long and I had to put a clip on there. because again, no one's going to watch our video, let alone a 2.5 hour podcast. So we're forced to put clips up because, you know, the attention spans and things like that. Other people don't have time and they don't really get it. And you have to kind of watch it all in context for it to make sense. But this is an example of the kind of comment you get. This Joseph says, you act as if it's all hopelessly lost, and it's not. Only time we lose everything is when people stop fighting for what's righteous. And I said, this is just a clip of the full video. I don't think it's hopeless, and I don't, which is why I'm doing this. Where are you, Joseph? You want to join the party here? Because you're more than welcome. You know, if you have strong feelings about it, join. Anyway, I put clips out because that's what we have to do. I put the full episode on YouTube, so the full episode's there, the full reconnection videos there, which I suggest you go and watch, not just Joseph, and I said if you have the attention spans. Sadly, people don't. But this was a comment I woke up to. Facebook, it wasn't exactly flooded with support and comments, but I did get one comment, so let's analyze it. And this message is from Andy, and he says, I tried watching the first episode the other day. Obviously, you're trying to make it pay, but I found the screen to be way too busy, bright, and distracting. Personally, I'd rather a little less going on and just a video of you chatting to encourage me to watch more. All the extras could be added at various points throughout or even highlighted and mentioned during the vid. All the best with it, though. Is that a mean comment? No, I guess it's not really mean. Or my first thought was, screw you. What I should do is probably let me take everything off. Then you could log in and you can make all new graphics. You can take everything off so you're happy. Because that's the thing. You're not going to be able to please everyone. You find yourself, oh, I better change myself so this person likes me, or change myself for this so they'll tune in. If you're going to be changing yourself out to try to accommodate other people, you can't please everyone. Then don't watch. You know, so you got to please yourself. As I heard that, I heard that song in my head.
You can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself.
And I'm not mad, but it's one of those things where it's unsolicited advice. Peanut gallery refers to a group of spectators or critics who offer unsolicited, often trivial or critical advice or commentary. If someone were to say, I have a suggestion, maybe I could help you with that. See, people love to offer their criticism. They know what we should be doing, what we should be saying. They know how they would do it, but most of the time they're not doing it. But they give no solution. They never say, hey, your microphone, it sounds like crap. It's never followed by, hey, I have an extra microphone. I'm happy to send it to you. Maybe you could try that. Thank you. That's really nice. That's supportive. Okay. You know, a little bit of encouragement goes a long way. You know, you see someone trying, you don't go out of your way to say, well, maybe I'll watch. I don't know what you're doing. It's like, oh, maybe you should get a real job. It's like, it's really about the delivery and how you talk to someone. And you talk to someone who's trying and say, you know what? I bet you if you tried this, I bet you might get even more followers or even a bigger audience. Try it like this. You have to be kind to people. I would never go on someone's video and just be like, oh, your stream looked really busy and it's this. Well, good luck. Say something of support. Don't say anything at all. But this guy that I'm going to talk about is the example of someone who just makes your day. Okay, so this was from Carrie's yoga journey. And Carrie says, heart, fire flame, LFG, here for this. LFG, here for this. Right? You're like, what does that comment? What does that mean? I had to ask him. I was like, what does LFG mean? And it means let's freaking go. And you could insert a curse word there, but I will not do that because I am being PG and I don't think I cursed at all. Did I? Curse count? No. So let's freaking go. I'm here for this. And he had sent me some other messages. Can't wait for this. You know, I'm a fan. You know, those are the kind of comments and support that is few and far between. You know, that's not as common as the like, oh, what are you doing? What is that? I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out, or you know, or thumbs down. This person is very supportive. Someone I went to high school with actually, and I love him. Carrie's yoga journey. So, you know, and that's the thing too. It's like you want to support each other. You know, it's someone I haven't seen in a long time. Kind of the wild card. You know, you went to high school with them. You haven't seen them in so long. And you connect all these years later again, and they're just kind and real and supportive. And it doesn't have to be, but he likes the content, and I like what he's doing. You know, he's a deep person, and he's doing his yoga, and we are going to get into the comment of the day. So this is how we do it. If I had the song, I'd play it. This is how you do it. This is a nice comment. This is from Andrew Charlie Brown. And he says, that girl from the Love Zombies. That's me. He commented on a clip, and I was, remember that girl from the Love Zombies? Blah, blah. And he said that girl from the Love Zombies is a fighter. Good luck, mate. Nice comment. That was just, it's nice. It's nice to, and he was a great guy. I remember he was a fan of the band, and he was always supportive. And those were, those are the people who, just a little bit of a kindness. And that was really nice. But a little bit of kindness goes a long way. Or don't comment at all. Just don't comment. People don't realize, as I said, there's people behind this, doing this and trying to entertain and put things out for other people and make an impact maybe in a couple people's lives. Put your heart and your blood, sweat, tears, your money, your life, your time into these things. And then when someone actually supports and makes a comment like that, like, it means a lot. And I am a fighter, and just like this, and you're watching in real time. I'm fighting to make these damn streams work, and fighting when you're doing things yourself. It's just hard and it takes a while. But this is how you do it. Be kind, keep going. As I said in other videos, it costs nothing to be kind. And then there's a comment, it costs nothing to be mean too, right? But why choose to be mean? Why choose to bring someone down just on purpose? What does that stem from? What did the trolls and all that stuff stem from? This is an example of what you do. You say something nice. And you think, of course, you want to hear a nice comment. It's all just your ego. Oh, stroke my ego. Tell me how great I am. No, it's not that. But it's saying like, that meant a lot. You're a fighter. Someone sees it. Someone appreciates it. Yeah, you have to keep going, because a lot of your favorite artists, maybe a book you love, your favorite author, they could have just thrown in the towel. Like, enough of these comments. Sometimes you're just like, screw it. How many times is the damn streaming thing and the camera not going to work? And you're like, oh, forget it. And then so these kind of comments go a long way, especially you're having a day like that. And you're just like, oh, and someone says something like nice, like, oh, I really loved your podcast last night. It made me feel good. Or thanks for doing that. That's how I feel too. You're like, okay, yeah, you keep going and you get through it. So be kind. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to be kind. So again, thank you, Charlie, for that comment. The comment of the day. And here's a comment. And I said, this is how we do it. This is how you do it. If I had that song, or my producer, I'd say, can you play that song right now? Because this is how you do it. We have to tell the positive comments here. And I love this guy, Cherry R. Simpson. Yeah, brother. He's the kind of guy, like, so supportive. I've met him in the UK, a rock and roll cabaret. He gave me a t-shirt. I don't know if I could find it, but I had it forever. Such a nice guy. And just one of those people who he always comments. He always just a heart, a rainbow, bring on the rainbow, love, love, love. It takes time to do that. How many people do that in this day where there's so much? And again, it's not always people's fault. I don't comment on everybody's stuff. I certainly don't go out of my way to put anything mean. But again, you can't take it personally because no one comments, because people are busy. They probably don't even see your post half the time. Always goes out of their way to just leave a heart or a comment or a like, or they share it. But this guy in particular, he says here, Cherry R. Simpson says, rah. He always says, rah, 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 Hollis, love, 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 bring on the rainbow. And another one, you can't keep a good girl down. That was very nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because he knew me in Love Zombies, and that's where we met. We met in the UK. He just got it. He gets it. He's a creative himself. I believe he's a singer in a band. I don't know if he's still doing that. I think so. But God, we got to get him on the show sometime. Maybe he'll come on and do a little interview. That would be a great time.
Holli-tics, weeknights live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time across all your favorite social media platforms and on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. Drop a comment because your word just might appear on our comment of the day. And hey, next time you think about trolling, maybe think twice and be kind. Or don't. We'll have plenty of fun making fun of you. See you there.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the comment of the day compilation. Let's see, how do I get myself back up here? There we are. Yeah, so I just thought that was kind of cool. But we could go into the new comment of the day. It's a nice comment. Again, I want to highlight the nice people and shout out to them. And, but if we do get a mean comment, because these are things that you go through, anyone who puts themselves out there or makes video and posts it, you get comments, and sometimes we deal with it alone. And people don't worry about the trolls, don't think about them. But sometimes they get to you and you're like, God, like, oh, why? Like I said, I don't want to push the cricket button. Like you put a video out and no one sees it, and then you hear crickets and you get one bad comment or one mean comment. Sorry, guys, I gotta fix my hair. I gotta do it the opposite way. Um, sorry. Hello. So we talk about we talk therapy. That's what Dan addresses his mean comments on the show sometimes, and he, like we talked about, Dan has different style than me. I'm finding my way in my style, but we talk about the mean comments, and I haven't gotten sorry, I haven't gotten as many mean ones. I'm getting some nice ones. Maybe people, I didn't even put this clip out. Maybe people will be fearful. We'll call them out. The Donnies. Donnie was an example. And the Andes. Don't give criticism if you're not going to offer solution. I mean, people still will. So we'll put some comments. I had another. Maybe I like to want to try to focus on the nice ones, like I said. But we'll call out the trolls. I'll find the one that maybe I'll do that one tomorrow, because that one affected me. I was like, but this was before I was live, so I didn't have the talk therapy to talk it out. But I'll do the comment of the day, the nice comment, the new comment, and then I'll go back to the chat room because I got some cooking advice here from Joe. He's cracking out the crock pot. And we know a thing or two about crock pots here. I have a mini crock pot. My mom got it for me, but Dan's the cook, so he cooks all the stuff. Aw, you're very welcome, Jim. Thank you to you too. I hope that we can meet in person. We haven't seen each other in 20 years. Yeah, thank you. You're doing, it's just like people have no idea you really are doing your best, and they like, oh, you suck. And it's just, you don't really, but it's just like, you want to tell them, though, like, oh, well, I'm doing it. You justify. It's like, well, no, we don't need to justify. But let's look at the nice comment here. So this is I got to play the little video here. Hold on. We're professionals here. Oh, producer, play it. Day. All right, let's see what we got here. And I do a little color to it. Here we go. Add that to the stage. Oh, come on. It doesn't always go. There it is. This is how we do it. And I put the green in the little clover there because Shay, he's Irish. I always associate him with Irish. This is Dan Shay, and he put a very lovely comment there. You always had the dream vision of making it, and you did. Congratulations. Well, I'm still working on it, but a supportive word. And I knew Dan way back when from high school. And, he's a great guy, good guy, very good guy, and just a positive comment. And I commented back, and he said he's doing great. And I'm glad you're doing great. He has 2 beautiful kids, and I haven't seen him in a long time, but like I said, it's just, you want to call out the people who are nice and just say thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot when you say a kind word. And I really do appreciate it. So thank you. Let's give an applause to Danny Shea out there. Because maybe he's watching this. If you're watching this, the leprechaun, Dan he's Irish, and we had a lot of great times in high school together. So I'll give him an applause. Thank you, Danny Shea, for popping back up in my life here and popping a nice comment like that. Everybody, let's give him a round of applause. So that's the thing, the nice I like getting the nice comments better. Like I said, who doesn't, right? You don't want to feel bad. If you try not to let these things make you feel bad. And I think as you get more used to it, Dan's so used to it, he doesn't get bothered by them really at all. But he saw me, I'm like, oh, he's like, nope, you can't, like, look at these people who are saying it, they're not doing it. They're just there's trolls and all that stuff. So, but I guess the mean comments are more open for discussion, because when you have a nice one, you just say thank you so much, and you clap. But I guess the mean ones really spark more of a conversation. So we'll put some mean ones in there, but we won't get affected by it. Okay, we won't get affected by it. So let's go back up here, because Joe was talking about its crock pots. Joe slow cooks in the crock pot with 2 containers of beef broth, garlic powder, which is good for you. Garlic's very good for you. Onion powder and pepper, and cook it on low for 6 hours. And then that gives him 3 dinners for 3 days of the week. And I have a piece of that roast with the gravy over orzo pasta. Good. Yes. As you said, you make it last. because he's into saving money and not spending it. That's how I ration my groceries. You can really make things that stretch for and still have a good meal. Yeah, because eating out, eating out's expensive. I mean, Dan and I used to eat out when we had more money, but you have to tip them, and of course you have to tip. You can't be cheap. You got to tip, and they get in. You got to pay for the drinks, and sometimes it's not free refills. You got to go where there's a free refills. But so yeah, eating out adds up, and I was always kind of one of those where I don't know. I don't want to say I'm cheap, but I'd be like, man, you spent so much money on the dinner, and you could have bought like I need a new. I don't know. People don't bat an eyelash sometimes to spend out for a big dinner. I'm like, God, man, I really want like that whatever it was. Like, I could have bought a whole new outfit for that, or I could have bought uh, my toiletries for the week but and then you eat the dinner, it's gone, and then it comes out later, it's just like it's gone, you know. So I don't know if people wanted to take me out to dinner or something. That's nice. And when I lived in Hollywood, I never cared if they spent their money. They all had a lot of money. I was like, buy my dinner, So I didn't care, but it's like what you want to spend your money on. So, I mean, it's your birthday or something, but just eating out all the time, it definitely adds up. But then there's also the debate. I mean, groceries are not cheap. And when you're single and you're cooking, and if you are not into eating leftovers, which I eat leftovers. Dan doesn't like leftovers that much. And he's gotten better. He's gotten better. But then you're like, okay, when you're alone, you could go and get one of those pre-made meals. And some supermarkets have nice pre-made meals. Like we have the Giant Eagle over there. They're like they have a nice stuffed cabbage dinner. I like that one a lot. Stuffed cabbage, and it comes with the potatoes. And it's maybe like sometimes you could get them on sale. You go late at night, and it's like the reduced price because it's probably they probably put it out 2 days ago. So you get like, oh, it's only $5. Sometimes there's it's a you save money, not save, but it equals. If you were to buy the meat, and then you were to buy the rice, and then you buy the cabbage and the sauce, it would probably just add up to the same amount. I mean, unless you could make a lot and have leftovers, like something big, like Amy had said she had her like the 10 pounds of meat. You could probably make a like long chili for that long, and it lasts. But sometimes it's actually cheaper. And if you're not a big cook like me, I would be always getting pre-made meals and stuff. So it just depends. It just depends if you're how many people you're cooking for, and if you like leftovers. What's something you could eat over and over again? Like chili is a good one. You could eat that for a couple days. Other leftovers, you know. Anyone else in the chat room here? If Jim says, come to Rochester, New York, free dinner. Aw. Well, you don't have to pay for it. That's okay. If you want free drinks, I know places. Free refills. Free refills. Well, thank you, Jim. We're going to be back in Pennsylvania in a couple weeks. We're going to be back there for Easter. Anybody have Easter plans? We're going to be back there for Easter, and so we'll be driving that away, back to PA, back to Scranton, my hometown there. It's good. You go to go see the family. I'm looking forward to seeing the kitties and the puppy and Smurgs. If you're watching the show out there, I'm hoping that you found this. I am a little disappointed on my website. It's playing, but it's playing Friday's episode. So I don't know. I guess maybe I have to change it every time, or I have to get the right video code to be playing the current one. So if you're watching on the website, you're watching the old one. You're not watching the new one, unfortunately. But we're getting there. These are things we got to work out. We got to work through it. But yes, Easter's coming up, and we will be back in Pennsylvania. And speaking of Easter, actually tomorrow I think I'm going to air the episode. So I forgot to say that yesterday when I was shooting the video that I played earlier about the video I watched, the Do It With God and everything. I also, what is it, guys? Emotional day. And I'll save that video for tomorrow if anyone's interested. It's quite the story. And that is about over here. Why am I small here? Let me take my thing here. If you see right over here to the, I don't know, it'll probably be your left. Whatever. It's under where it says tips. Tips support the show, by the way. Remember, if you're enjoying this and you want to support the show, drop a tip in the tip jar. We're going to do the drawing tomorrow. And the drawing, because if you drop a tip in the tip jar, we're going to have a new goal. And when we hit that new goal, if you had dropped a tip, you could be in the running to win a hand-painted one of these babies. Not that one. That one. There you go. Hand painted lyric sheet. So we'll do that. We'll do that drawing tomorrow. And we will also. Oh, what happened to my background? These things happen, guys. There's the background. And now where's the background here? Remove. Here, let me go here. There we go. There it's back. Because this is part where I have to show the background. Again, Tinklepaw. I finally recorded the video of the Tinklepaw story. And it's an amazing story. I think I did tell Amy, but this one, anyone else out there wouldn't know. I think your dad's gonna appreciate this because it's a lot about the cats and what led to Ruby and Pearl and everything. I was like, it's a story I wanted to tell for a long time because and I hope people watch it because I really do want to get your input. It's a magical story, and I talked about it last week when we were talking about the pets. I was like, oh, I'll get into it later because it's a crazy story. It's a mystical, it's a magical story. It has a sad ending. That's why it was hard to shoot it. I tried not to cry. I did cry a little bit, but I try to keep it all in there. But it's a magical story. And tomorrow I'll air that. I was thinking of Tinklepaw Tuesday. But I'm glad I finally shot it because I wanted to tell the story, but I wasn't looking forward to it because then I was thinking about her all day and I was just sad and stuff. But it's worth telling because it's how you look at it. Is it really sad or is it more she's an angel watching down? You obviously, she got hit by a car. So that's the bottom line. It's very sad. But we'll talk about it. But that's my little baby over there, and I miss her dearly. That's Tinklepaw, my little angel. She's watching out. Well, I'll air that story. It's kind of a long story because I really went into detail with the context, with the background and everything. Because you could tell the story, but you know how stories, it's like a joke. You got to do the lead up or the punchline is not as good. You got to give that lead up and that context to really show the impact of the cat and what happened with her. So with that said, we'll go down here. Aw. Heart to you, Amy, as well. I love you. Favorite movie to watch with Dan? What was that? What's your favorite movie to watch with Dan? The Biden Highway Exit, Mrs. Yes. In Scranton there. What's a favorite movie to watch? What's some good movies that are out now? Anything we should watch? Honestly, we've been watching 24 every night. I love that show. It's so good. Good old Kiefer Sutherland. He's a musician. I just saw something with him the other day. Because, once you search for it, now it keeps coming up all the time. But he's like, he doesn't have a phone. He has no email. I'm like, gosh. What I was talking about today about disconnecting. It's like that must be nice. You can throw away your phone and your cell phones and your email. He doesn't even have email. I was like, I want to message him, tell him I'm a big fan. And he's a musician, which I didn't know. He does country music. I was like, oh, maybe I could open for Kiefer Sutherland when I get back out there. Just soon, very soon. But if he doesn't have email, I don't think we're going to be able to find him. But he doesn't have email or phone. And it must be nice not to have that. I've always talked about, before the phones took over the world, that most people don't have a choice, and he's lucky, he made it. He has a lot of money, I'm sure. So he doesn't have to be a slave to the email. He doesn't have to be a slave to the technology. But most of us, you're trying to make a living. People are trying to make a living online. How do I make money? Or, oh, try this. And you're on TikTok. I'll sell something on Amazon. I'll use a promo code, an affiliate link. Maybe someone will buy something. You have to be online. It's not like we choose to be this. It's just so overwhelming. There's so much. So, Sound of Freedom. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that's a good movie. We met the guy actually not the actor who was in it, but one of the producers, because it was produced by Angel Studios, I believe it's called. We interviewed this guy named David Fisher. He's on Voice of the People USA Radio. If I forgot to mention that this is broadcasting live, we are on the VOPUSARadio.com. And if you have Roku TV or Fire TV or Apple TV, and you want to watch on a bigger screen and actually feel like you're on the TV, I am on there right now. I should be broadcasting live on our own network, VOPUSARadio.com. So if you haven't checked it out, go over. There's other shows on there, and you can put your email in. It's free to watch. You put your email in, you'll also get those emails I was talking about Holli-tics and other things coming. So go and support the network as well. Free to watch. But we have some big changes coming there too, some good changes. And it's been a long, long journey, but we never stop evolving and growing. I wish we did not have, True that. Wish we did not have computers in the palm of our hands. I know. It's like it's addicting. You have it literally. And I'm not good at all. I was like, you have to put it away, but sometimes we don't. Not sometimes, like you live with it. And people work on it all the time. And how about the watches and all that? I have a Fitbit. And I didn't want to have the notifications on my arm. Oh, you just got an email. Oh, I'm like, oh, I wanted the Fitbit because the Fitbit takes, your steps. So, okay, how much did I walk today? So you're trying to be conscious. Oh, okay, better get my steps in for the day. That's all fine. So I just have the Fitbit, but I think it does. Sometimes it'll say something like, oh, you got an email. And I'm like, I don't want it on my wrist. It's bad enough on the phone. I don't need to wear it. I don't need to put it in my eyeball and my contact lens. Like, oh, what? I just got a text message. But these are things that people are saying is coming. Like they're already the technologies, guys. We are real humans here. Here, I'll show you right here. If you didn't remember on the screen, here, like get it for Amy's thing. There it is. The reconnections, real humans only. We're here about, the AI is taking over the world. Go back to episode 1 and 2. I'm very passionate about it because it is up to us. We have to remind people what it's like to be humans. And everyone in here, I know on this chat room. And you're all real humans. And I love you guys. I love you all. And I thank you again for being in here. Dan is a great cook. He makes an amazing Italian lot. Dan is a great cook. He does. We were going to have lasagna not that long ago, but then we opted for a pot roast instead. And then he made these wonderful, beautiful mashed potatoes. They were so good. And then he forgot. He left them out in the microwave. He didn't put them in the refrigerator. And we couldn't have the leftovers mashed potatoes because they were all funky. But they were really good. He made really good mashed potatoes. I miss both of you so much. Thankful to have met you. Aw, I miss you too, Aaron. But look at it. I mean, I know it's not the same, but at least we could see each other a little more now that we're up. And it's not that hard to get you guys on the screen if you ever want to come in. But we have another show up our sleeves. And I think it would be a perfect show for Aaron to maybe possibly join as a guest sometime. And I won't announce it yet, but it's coming very soon. Very soon. Potato pancakes. Ooh, I haven't done those in a long time. Holy moly, you're making me hungry. What's for dinner, everybody? We know we got beef stroganoff in the house. What else is what are people having? Potato pancakes. They're good. Do you ever have them with the sour cream on top or the applesauce? I used to work in a deli in where was that? I only worked in one deli. It was in I'm so sorry, it was in LA. It was called Greenblatt's, and it was a Jewish deli. So they had all the Jewish delicatessens. Like potato pancakes was a big one, but they had these really big ones. They were huge. And you would get an order. I think you'd get 1 or 3, and people would eat applesauce on them, or they would eat sour cream. I always put ketchup on them. I like that. I make homemade applesauce from scratch. That's cool. That's good. I did that too on that diet I was talking about. It was like you had to make your own little snacks and stuff, and you would have to roast the apples, not roast them, but you would have to put them in the crock pot. Oh, good. We got Maga diaper. Who called you Maga diaper? Maga dirt bike. I'd be happy if you're at your show, Hollis. Sometimes I'll leave the bike out of it. I promise. Well, I like the bike. That's all right. If you could get the bike on here too, that would be awesome. It's easy to get you guys to pop on. I say that, but maybe that'll be when Tom, the producer, is. I'm like, Tom, I have a guest. Speaking of guest, I ordered a book, and I'm going to have an author on the show. And she is, I think it's Dan. I think it's actually Dan's chirping around over there. He's making some movement, but we didn't check the mail today, but I'm pretty sure my book came, and I'm excited about it. So maybe after the show, I'll run down. But she's a girl I met in Clifford Township, and we were moving right before we moved to Maine. We were moving from Clifford, that's where Dan was, and moving to Maine. And at that point, we had to sell some of the furniture and stuff, so we couldn't take everything with us. We took a lot, but we had to sell stuff. And she had come over to buy something. We had put it on Marketplace or Offer Up or whatever. And she came over to buy it, and we ended up chatting. It was one of those like, oh, why'd I have to meet you when I'm leaving? But she was so cool, and we connected, and we kept each other's numbers and stuff, and I added her on Facebook, and lose connection over. I was gone for like in Maine for a year and a half, but here and there we would talk. I'm like, "How you doing?" She's sweet. But she was very awakened and smart and deep, and she has a book about. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to misspeak exactly what it's about, but it's enough that I was like, "Hey, you'd be a great guest," I'm proud of her. She wrote this book, and it's about healing and trauma and shadows, and it's right up my alley. So we're gonna have her on the show after I read the book that's in the mailbox. So I ordered her book because you want to support those who are doing creative endeavors like all of you have done. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat room. I made a homemade applesauce. We said fiddleheads. Oh yeah. I never had that before I went to Maine. Never had them. They're good. I like those. I don't think Dan liked it that much, but Dan doesn't like that many vegetables. They were really good with the butter on them, and he made them on the grill. Never had those before until I went to Maine. Is that just a Maine thing? Or are they called fiddleheads? Are they another name for it somewhere else? Jim Tim says, steak, potatoes, veggies, homemade biscuits with honey, cinnamon, butter. Wow, you're making me hungry. Honey, cinnamon, butter. That sounds good. That's what you're having tonight? Well, look at you go. Very good. Honey, cinnamon, butter. They have that at like, how is it? Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse? And let's not forget about the onion blossom. That thing alone has like 10,000 calories, but hey, you got to go to Texas Roadhouse. You got to get the onion blossom. And the zesty sauce is to die for. Okay. It's kind of like Burger King. They have the zesty sauce. I don't eat Burger King too much, but I would used to eat the Impossible Whoppers. Oh my God. Remember, I said I was doing vegetarian. I did taste kind of the same, but it always made my stomach like, no, not good. I'll leave out the gory details, guys. Sometimes that vegetarian food, you gotta be careful. I think you know where I'm going at with that one. But we'll keep it not too gory details of our bodily functions. Okay. Honey cinnamon butter. Honey cinnamon butter. Sounds amazing. I'm sure Amy knows how to make that. MAGA dirt biker. Why I want to keep calling MAGA diaper? MAGA dirt biker. I'll just call him Joe. Joe says I have a variety of brands. I have 15 bikes in my collection, from Harley to Indian to Yamaha to Honda to Suzuki to Kawasaki. Wow. So you have them all where you're living, obviously, up in your acres there. Do you drive them around the acre? Or some of them just like collectible where you don't ride them as much? You just have the certain ones. That's really cool. I've never been on a motorcycle. Amy, I know, has been on and Aaron, obviously. Dan's been on a motorcycle, but Hollis has never been on a motorcycle. Another thing Hollis has never done. And Aaron, maybe if you come to Cleveland, we could do it. I've never shot a gun. No, I did one time, but I never went to a shooting range. I don't know. You got to know how to protect yourself, but I did. I actually think I shot one time. But let's see. Only 2 Harleys are street bikes. The rest of them are all dirt bike. Oh, MAGA dirt biker. Okay, that makes sense. Dirt bike. No, never been on a motorcycle. Been on a quad, obviously with Aaron and Amy, and one other time before that. I drove a quad. It was funny when we went quadding, and I was just like, oh, I don't know. Like I was like the nerve. It's like if I could fall off, and I didn't fall off. But I wasn't like I enjoyed for what parts of it. Then I enjoyed the scenery, but I was just being a dork. I'm like, oh, I don't know. And Amy's just like going. She's like, yeah, and I'm just like, I'm fine. Okay. The reason the bike came up because I made another video, funny compilation video for Dan and Hollis. In one segment, I rode my dirt bike in the living room after making Joe. It was good. Oh, yes, Aaron. So Aaron, if you guys don't know each other, Joe is in Ohio, and Joe is a big supporter of the show, and he's just an awesome person. And so is Aaron. And Aaron is married to Amy, and they are residing in Frenchville, Maine. And that's how we know each other. But Aaron's great with the snowmobiles, and they have their ATVs. I hope they feature you. That would be awesome. And Jim Tim says, yes, I make my own. Oh, you make your own cinnamon butter? Maybe someday on the show I can do a little quick video tour of my barn for everybody and they could see what I did with it. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love it. You edit the video. I like that. I like that someone else is making videos. Thank you. That's so cool. I love it. Let's see. I got Dan and Hollis to ride snowmobiles. You did. That was the first time I've ever been snowmobiling in my life. And of course, Dan fell off the snowmobile. Is he all right? I was Dan. He was doing good too until the very end. I'm like, Aaron, the Dan's on the ground. Poor Dan. And then, we were on it together. He was like trying to be all like hip. Suave he says he was because I heard him screaming. I was concerned about you. Yeah, I know. I was just like, annoyed. Like, you fell off this. Is it going to be hurt? Is his leg going to hurt after this? What are we going to do? But he was okay. He got through it. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Zesty sauce. Oh, yeah, from Burger King. Yeah. It's good with onion rings. But there's some of that food, though. Burger King's one where it's good, and I do enjoy it in the moment, but you always regret it afterwards. Like, I don't know. Love being out on that motorcycle. Yeah, you have a motorcycle. I've never been on the motorcycle. Yes, we rode a MXC 800 Adrenaline. Onion blossoms. Very cool. Glad to hear that Dan and Hollis got into off the roads. I'm sure they'll love this place when they come down on a visit. Definitely. And it's so cool that you're in Ohio. I love it. I know. That was our fault. That was my fault. I was always like, I have to edit videos. And I miss life. No more. And I say that, and then I'm always stuck behind it. But I guess it's my choice. But we will get there. We will get there someday. Because I need to learn how to shoot guns, I guess. I mean, I need to protect myself. Who knows? It's just a good skill to have. It's a dumb fear. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm scared. Aaron says, I know I would love that content, a tour of your barn, and your property must be beautiful. The land must be beautiful out there. 3.5 acres. That's big. Have either of you drove off-road Segway? I don't know. Not sure. Maga says, well, Hollis, I have only 2 museum pieces. One old dirt bike and one Harley chopper that I had to retire because I was not able to ride it anymore due to arthritis and lower back trouble. But he still rides his Harley Lowrider, which I bought brand new 33 years ago. So yeah. Yeah, never been on a motorcycle. Yes, Amy and Aaron love the motorcycles. Even when I was a kid, I rode my bike. My dad was always like worried. So my dad was always worried. I mean, parents, that's what they do, right? So we lived in Scranton in the city. So he bought us bikes. My sister remembers this. My sister's probably not watching. Maybe she'll see a repeat of it one day. They tell the stories. But he got us both new but nice bikes. And then he saw my sister one day. She remembered this. I could picture her bike. It was almost like a Pee Wee Herman bike, but it was aqua. It was aqua and green and blue. And my sister, he saw her one day riding down the street on the bike, and she didn't have a helmet on, and he freaked out. And then he didn't want us to ride the bikes anymore, so he brought them up to my grandma's house, who lived in Clark Summit, and there was a big track around the school, so he would let us ride our bikes there. He got freaked out. He was scared we were going to get hit, and I don't know. So I didn't really ride a bike too much. I know how to ride a bike, but that's the story with my dad. God bless you. I love you, Dad. But yeah, so let's see what's going on here. We got some comments. I'm glad we're talking about the bikes. Jim Tim, have you had an off-road Segway? I've not seen any in person. Is it difficult to learn or ride? So now we are at 9:00 already. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. We're just shooting the beep. Am I doing so good on my cursing? I didn't even say the S word. I did say it in my video for the comment of the day, but I beeped it out. Because sometimes you just have to say it. But let's go here. We'll do a little break here. And then we maybe, I don't know, we'll keep going. Like I said, it's my show. I can stop when I want to or keep going. I'm having a lot of fun. And again, for anyone who might just stumble across this and who doesn't know who I am Hollis Mahedi. I am the host of Holli-tics here. And I'm wearing my glasses tonight. And maybe I'll just take them off for a minute. But I'm here every night in your living room, broadcasting live to your living room, to your bedroom, to your bathroom. Maybe you're poo scrolling. That's what I say. Stop the scroll. Wherever you're watching this, and I may be keeping you company, and you're like, who is this girl? What is this? Or maybe you've already scrolled by now and you're gone. You're long gone. And I'm supposed to try to get you back by doing something silly. Like, stop the scroll. Here. Stay here. This is a community for real people, real humans, real people. But if you are listening to me and you found this, thank you for coming into the stream and for being here. I am Hollis. If you want to support the podcast, you can drop a tip in the tip jar. You could go right over to my website, hollismahedi.com. It's right here. There it is, right there under my name, hollismahedi.com. And you could find the link that leads over to my Buy Me a Coffee. Or you could do a one-time donation. You could do a donation. You're going to get into the running for another hand-painted lyric sheet that we'll be giving away when we hit the next goal. So go check it out, hollismahedi.com. And thanks for being here with me. We're going to take a short commercial break. Then we're going to talk a little bit more. And the whippersnappers. What are the whippersnappers? I know that. Oh, you little whippersnapper, you. You're a little whippersnapper. But what is it? Now, this is where I would say to my producer, Tom, who's not here tonight, but he may be coming some night. And I'm going to say, Tom, can you pull up the definition of a whippersnapper, please? Please? And he will let me know. But maybe Tim will. So, Jim, you tell me what the definition of it is, and I will play a little break for those of you who maybe are like, who is this girl? I want to know a little bit more. I'll tell you more about it. I'm a singer. I'm a musician. I have another podcast. I went to shoot an episode. I actually was going to do that last night as well. But of course, the studio, I wasn't working and I wasn't able to do it. But it's all coming, guys. It's all coming. Here, I'll give you a few little commercials here about me. And while we take a break, take a drink. I have one last gulp of my slimy coconut smoothie. Okay, not even a gulp, like a little sip left. It's pretty good. It's like creamy, but almost like a little slimy. It's not bad. Coconuts are good for you. So let's play a few videos and grab yourself a drink of choice. Here we go. Let's see, what should I play? How about this one? Anybody? I need to make some money. So if anyone has a business and they need a commercial, I offer a lot of services you can check out. I just don't do it for myself. I do it for other people as well. And I'm happy to talk to you about your project if you need something, if you need a video for your business or a thumbnail. Thumbnails are very important, guys. They stop the scroll. So you need to have something catchy. And I've made about 10 million of them. So I'm pretty good at it, pretty fast. I can make you something brand spanking new that'll catch the eye of that person that you've been hoping saw your thumbnail. No, I'm not talking about your thumbnail. I'm talking about the thumbnail. That's the cover photo, another name for it. Just in case you don't know that, I'm here to enlighten you and let you know what thumbnails are. So here we go. Hi guys, I'm Hollis and I'm here to bring your creative vision to life. Whether it's designing your video thumbnails or editing your content or recording voiceovers for commercials, I've got you covered. I'm part of the in-house production team at Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network, and over the last 6 years, I taught myself everything from production to post-editing and beyond. I know exactly what it feels like to be stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure where to even begin. And that's exactly why I now offer these services to other people as well. So if you have a project you're working on, you can hit the link below where you can see examples of my work, from commercials I've produced to voiceovers and more. And if you like what you see and think I can help with what you're looking for, feel free to reach out. We can create something awesome together.
Life is a game, the game we play.
Music channel on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network.
This channel exists to spark a revolution, to shine a light on the undiscovered talent and hidden gems of a new era in music. Built on a foundation of truth, freedom, and fearless exploration, our network gives a voice to artists without compromise, manipulation, or censorship. This is the home of Voice of Freedom Records, where we protect and nurture the hearts, dreams, and visions of our artists with unwavering integrity. Born out of a deep need for something real, we are the alternative. A platform where true musicians and creators are celebrated without strings, without gimmicks, and without selling out. In a world oversaturated with noise, manufactured fame, and artificial voices, we choose quality over quantity. We stand for the real. Real music, real stories, real souls. Not robots, not algorithms, not empty trends. Here, music is sacred. Here, every true voice matters. And here, freedom sings.
When you're truly independent, creating music isn't just art, it's devotion. It's late nights, long days, and pouring your own time, energy, and money into something you believe in, something you feel called to bring into the world. Right now, the world is overflowing with content, music everywhere, so much of it generated in seconds by machines. And somewhere in that noise, real artists are fighting to be heard. The ones who spent years learning their craft, the ones who turned their pain into songs, the ones who kept going when it would have been easier to quit. Most people scroll past without thinking about the soul behind the sound. But if you ever find music that moves you, that heals something in you, that makes you feel less alone, remember, there's a real person behind it. Because good music isn't noise. It's something sacred. If you discover music that speaks to you, support the people who made it, if you can.
Music has always been such an important part of my life. It's been a constant, a lifeline, a force that shaped who I am. I understand the heart of an artist, those who create not for fortune or fame, but because the music lives inside them, because it's what fills their soul. That's why I created Voice of Freedom Records, not just as a home for my own music, but as a place where one day others can bring their voices to the world. In a time when algorithms and fleeting trends seem to decide what we hear, we focus on the quality, not just the quantity. We search for music that matters, music that speaks to the heart, that stirs something deep within us, that reminds us what it means to be human. Because at Voice of Freedom Records, it's not just about making noise, it's about making music that moves souls.
Commercials. Thank you for listening. And you are back. I am back. You are back. Maybe you didn't leave. So I'm back. If you didn't leave, then you're not back. You've been here. I've been here, but now I'm back. Okay. So with that said, I want to say, go into the chat room, check that out. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I was going to play a little Dr. Wayne Dyer. Let's check the chat room. You guys are chatting here. Awesome. Oh, Travis and Charlene are here. Welcome. Hi, guys. Thank you for popping in. Good to see you. Okay. And before I left, Travis and Charlene, I don't know if you were here, but we said whippersnapper, and I wasn't sure what exactly that meant. I just knew the term whippersnapper. So Tim, my producer over here for tonight, getting the definitions, he says, whippersnapper is an informal, often old-fashioned term for a young, inexperienced person who acts overly confident, impudent, and presumptuous, usually uttered by an older person. It implies the youth. Oh, you young little whippersnapper there. I've heard that before. I think someone probably called me a whippersnapper. Well, there you go. We're learning here. We're learning and we're growing together here on Holistics. Now you can add that to your vocabulary if you want to call someone younger than you a whippersnapper, if they are impudent, confident, or presumptuous. Good job. Synonyms. I got that cinnamon butter in my head. Synonyms and related terms: upstarting, stripling, scamp, pipsqueak, brat, smart, aleck. Pipsqueak. That's a cute little name. Pipsqueak. We said that'd be like a little pet name. Come here, Pipsqueak. The term originated in the 17th century, like stemming from whip snapper, referring to someone who snaps whips, implying a noisy, unimportant person. Very interesting. Q-tip or Q-drop, etc. Very cool. Excuse me. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Jim Tim. Appreciate that. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say, hey, if you've been here tuning in, you've probably seen this video before. For the new people out there, I always like to introduce people to things that I like, and maybe you would like him too. This is Dr. Wayne Dyer, and I love him. So we'll play that. Here we go.
The next principle I call don't die with your music still in you. And who better to quote than Thoreau right here in Concord when he talked about some of us hear a different drummer and we must march to the music that we hear. But all of you, everybody watching, everybody here in this beautiful parish, all of you have some music playing. And all of you have a heroic mission. There's no accidents in this universe. We all show up here with a purpose. There's an intelligence that is a part of everything and everyone, and all of us are connected to it. And too many of us are afraid to listen to that music and march to it. You out there, I know you have a book you wanted to write. I know there's a composition you wanted to compose. I know there's a song you want to sing someplace. Maybe you want to raise horses out in Montana. Or maybe you want to open up an ice cream shop on Cape Cod. Who knows what it may be. Maybe you just want to travel and see the world. Maybe you want to go into a relationship with someone but you've been afraid to, but your heart says it's the right thing to do. All of us feel something. And in Leo Tolstoy's famous novel, The Death of Ivan Ilyich, he asks this question that would be terrifying to me. He says, as he has his accountant from Moscow lying on his deathbed, contemplating the horror of this question, what if my whole life has been wrong? I've known what my music is. It's playing right now.
And why do I always play that? That's one, I think it's going to be a staple in the show. Because I feel, as I was talking, it's related to the comment of the day and stuff. And when that comment I got last week, like get a real job and everything, it's just a theme. Sometimes people just need to hear to keep going. Whatever it is, and maybe not even a creative pursuit. And I said, even if that's just my purpose here, I've always been a cheerleader for people, like to keep going. Don't give up. Honestly, I'm a health coach. I'm a certified health coach, and I have my certificate. I should bring it out and show you guys. And there was different paths you could take to different courses and things, and the life purpose coach and all that stuff. I play this because I think sometimes people, you don't always get support. And outside of the people in this room, and I have gotten some really kind words, but again, I'm back out there now. But there was times where I was just alone and building all this stuff. And, sometimes you just need to hear it. So I want to be that person. If you're out there and I don't know you and you don't know me, and you might be watching this and maybe you had a bad day, and maybe you're trying to set up a podcast, or maybe you have a song and you're trying to put on social media and no one's looking at it, and like you have no views and no one cares. Don't stop. Just don't give up. You're not alone. Hey, I'm here. I probably know exactly what you're going through, and I've been there myself. So if you think you're alone, you're not. That's again why I wanted to do this podcast. I like to end it saying you're never alone. There's people out there, different circumstances. Some people are they have big families. They always have people around. And then there's some people who don't have anybody around. You're older, or maybe you didn't have kids. You don't have a pet. Maybe your pet just died, God forbid. These things happen. So if you're out there and you're struggling, I'm Hollis. And that's why I'm showing up every night to be here, just to remind you that you're not alone and that you matter, and that whatever your goal and your dream and your hope and your passion is, even if other people don't believe in it and they're telling you, or they're giving you a mean comment, keep going. Don't stop. Do what God put in you. Do what's in your heart. And everyone, be kind. So maybe I will. So I made it like a meditation thing because I don't want to stop yet, but I do have to go to the bathroom. That's a problem when you produce your own show. You have to take a wee, a tinkle break, and then you have to play a commercial. So because we are on that subject, well, we were on the subject, and I opened this whole TV show, I was going to say, this podcast with connecting and getting away from the digital world and all that. I made this little meditation, and I might play it for you. And first I'm just going to play this song and say, maybe I could start every episode with this, and we could just connect and because we need to do that sometimes. There's so much technology, and then I added a little like voiceover to it, so it's a guided meditation, and I haven't actually debuted it on the show yet. So maybe I will play that, and I will go take a quick break, and I'll come back. So this is why I made it. It's for me as well. And this is on my Buy Me a Coffee as well. If you sign up to be a member, you could get it to download, and you can listen to it every day, even when I'm not here. But let me see if I could find it, and maybe I'll play it. And this is a song I love. I found it on Epidemic Sound, which I talk about. I'll play that commercial after in case you like the music. It's a great little platform, and that's where I get all my music for the show. So as a content creator, a person making videos, I've discussed this. I don't need to go in depth, but you can't just take other people's music and play it without, one, getting a copyright strike, or two, if you don't pay for it. And who could afford these big names? So you get smaller artists, and this music's licensed, and it's through Epidemic Sound. So maybe I'll just play that commercial real quick. The Epidemic Sound. And if you want to try it out, go over to my website under podcasts. I have a little link there. You get a free trial. And if you end up signing up, I get money off my membership or something. So no one's done it yet, but if you like it and you want to sign up, you get the free music. If you're a content creator, it's great. It's great. And if you're just a listener, you might find some different songs that you've never heard before. Like I closed my show out with a band I discovered. I don't know if they're a band, but they're like a group. I don't know if it's just that they make the music for this platform, but it's a song called Lights that I always play, and it's a good song. I love it. And I just had it here. Producer. Oh, wait, that's me. I'm sorry. That's me. Okay, now I can't find the Epidemic Sound one. Yeah, I couldn't find it. It's here somewhere. Okay, so we'll just do the meditation instead. And I'm going to play the meditation. It's 3 minutes and 19 seconds. And if you need this today, maybe you just need to disconnect. Or maybe you just want a moment, you could put the volume down and not listen to it and have the moment. So I haven't listened to it every day, but I need to start listening to it every day. I'd listen to it once in a while, but I got to listen to it every day. So I'm going to play it, take a break, and then when I come back, we'll talk a little bit more and see what's everyone having for dessert. All right, here we go. Let's see.
All right, guys. This moment is for you. Might be the only time today you can disconnect, take a break. Social media, the hustle, the bustle, the noise. Just let it all go. This is your moment. And even if it's only a couple minutes today that you have for yourself, this is time for you. Take a deep breath in. Really feel it. Remember that we're human. So our hearts have been so loyal to us every minute, every second of every day. As long as we've been alive, our hearts beat. The air in our lungs keep us alive. Every day is a gift. There's always something to be grateful for. Do whatever makes you feel happy. Time. Maybe it's a place. Maybe you're on a beach. Maybe you're thinking of that childhood memory, that vacation home you used to go to. Whatever it may be. Something that makes you feel love, makes you feel happy. Maybe you're swimming with friends. Think about that person you love. Maybe they're no longer with us. Maybe they passed. doesn't have to make you sad. It's here, we're celebrating them. Think of their memory, think of a good time with them. This is the time to celebrate their love, their impact. We're grateful for. It's okay. They're always with us. Maybe you're thought of an old friend you haven't called in a while. Always remember, make the time. We get so busy with the hustle and the bustle. It's easy to forget what truly matters. Love. Connecting. Nothing's ever guaranteed. Each day is a gift. We're allowed to be human. To celebrate being alive. Take a deep breath in. Really feel it. Remember who you are and what's truly important. You are always loved. And it starts with loving ourselves and taking those moments for yourself. We matter.
Get rid of the, oh, I'm back. Okay, there we go. I put my. Did it make you feel a little mellow? Okay. So I found the commercial. Oh, it was here. I'm just my producer. She's messing up. I got to get the hair. Sorry, guys. See, I can't do this live on camera. I'm pulling the hair here. But let's see in the comments. I was saving that. Eyes up full, hearts can't lose. My comment of the day. Oh, I love this. Oh, I heard key lime pie. That sounds good. Dan said to me, I had it when I went for my little break there. He said all the comments of food is making him hungry. And the great thing is that we have a thank you to Smurrigs out there. We have a whole refrigerator full of yummy groceries from Trader Joe's, including things I haven't had in quite a long time. I got the Ezekiel bread. That's a sprouted bread. Let's see, key lime pie. So that's what Jim is having for dessert. And Maga Dirt Biker says, my comment of the day, always let your heart and soul rule your life, not your age. That's kind of my theme. Yep. I love that. It's true. You know, I always say that, but age is just a number. We could get all into that, parallel universes, parallel worlds. And it's a man-made concept like time. So we know when to show up, but it's what really is time. Because when you think of a memory, oh, now we can get real deep. No, but when you think of a memory, it's like that moment in time and just time. Time is weird. And the concepts and the calendar and even the daylight savings and all that stuff. But is time real? Is time an illusion? You hear that too. And a lot of my themes in my music, and I don't have it here with me, but you'll see a lot in Comedy of Errors. That's my new album. It's not out yet, obviously, but the hourglass. There's a lot of symbolism to that because my song Shadow Dance is some of the lyrics are just, it's like we're all here on borrowed time and we go back to the garden and we'll laugh instead of cry and live before we die because we're all on borrowed time. And then we'll go back to where we started and we go back to the garden. And it's just that time. And then time goes so fast when they say time flies when you're having fun. And then sometimes when you're at work at a job you hate and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's only 5 minutes later, or when you were in school in the early morning and I'm like, this is so boring. And you look at the clock, it's like 9:05 and it feels like 10 years ago. Mine it's like 9:07. Like, oh my gosh, why? Does time really just go faster when you're having fun or you're enjoying it? And then you don't want time to go fast. So if I'm not editing when the time goes so fast, but if I wasn't editing, would my days feel longer or full? Because it's the same, right? I don't know. It gets a little crazy. It gets crazy. Have you great rest of your night. Go get some food. Don't salivate too much. Stay out of your trouble or mischief. I will try to do that, James. I can calling you James. Jim Tim. And thank you for stopping in. Enjoy your key lime dessert pie if you didn't eat it already. I probably would have mine eaten by now. I do like key lime pie. I like pie. I'm not a huge fan of pie. It's probably my last favorite dessert. I think having Thanksgiving. Yeah, pumpkin pie, a little ice cream. But I probably like cakes, and my favorite sweet is a donut. We don't need to talk about donuts, but I do love donuts. Eyes fill up, can't close. But yeah, I love Joe's comment of the day there, and it's very true. Just you follow your heart and soul. I think sometimes we don't as much. And if you don't follow your heart and soul, sometimes that gets you into trouble. Because we're always thinking our way out of things. And we talk about your intuition and your gut. Why do they say follow your gut? Follow your gut. You hear that a lot. Your intuition they say that your gut is your second brain, or maybe it's even your first brain. It's something like the gut is very much attached to. The gut's very important. You hear a lot about gut health and how that affects so much of your body and everything. But follow your gut. Why do they say that? Intuition. What is intuition? It's that voice. Is that voice that you just know? It's that feeling. Is it energy? Like you said, when someone comes into a room and it's like, what is that? That's a vibes? Is that stuff you can't see? Is that really good energy, bad energy, dark energy, intuition, gut? It's interesting. But when you don't follow when your mind, they say that your mind is your worst enemy, right? We can be very mean to ourselves, our inner critic, all that stuff. Your inner critic. Oh gosh. Go away. Inner critic. That's the person who's always like, they're there. And it's like, who is that? That your mind, your ego, their other part that is not godly. It's not the good, like the good part. It's the fear. It's the inner critic. Actually read a lot about that in those life purpose courses I was taking. She did a whole video about the inner critic, and there's a lot with that. Like we're hard on ourselves and we're mean to ourselves. Maybe not everybody is, but I'm just saying, like, that's like the human thing. It's like, what are these voices? The angel, the devil, eat the donut, don't eat the donut. Oh, you're what is it? Every time you play that, it makes me feel urgency. Oh, the music that we have been given must be expressed. Don't bury your talents in the sand. Don't be the wicked, lazy servant. Aw, Aaron. Yeah. Every time what the Dr. Wayne thing, right? So true. And there are so many years I felt it too. I was like, oh, I have to make it perfect so I could put my album on and I have to do the pictures. And, I'm here now. So I'm like, okay, but it is urgent because you don't want to. And that's why even this podcast, this always felt urgent to me too. Because they say people have told me your voice is your gift. It's like, I'm not using it. Why aren't I using it? Because I was very proud of you, Aaron, when I heard the recording you sent to me, and you have a great voice and you have passion. And I was so proud of you when I heard I don't know if I say sermon, but the reading that you sent me, and you were doing it. And then, and that's what you're meant to do. And music as well. And because we do it. Listen, I am definitely not, hey, do this, because look we're working this out together. What is it? Fear, perfect. Like I have to be perfect. And we do that. I've done that too. I'm like, oh, it has to be perfect. Even this podcast, I wanted it to look nice. I wanted it took me forever to figure out the camera and we moved and the microphone. And there's a difference. You don't want to put out stuff that's like you can't hear it. It's like really bad. But then you also, if you wait for perfection, it may never come, because there's always going to be something. Oh, well, I don't know. And we psych ourselves out. And it was some Think Media. It's on YouTube. And it was just push record. Like, you just have to start. That's why even with the podcast 1, I could have waited until I found a producer. But then there'd be another excuse. Well, I have to find the money to pay him. And it's like, well, you know what? That's why I'm honest. I'm doing everything myself, because if I didn't, I probably wouldn't be out here and I wouldn't be able to be talking to everybody. So you have to do it yourself and just let it evolve in real time. I know that it will get where it needs to be. I know that eventually I will get help. I know I will. but you have to start somewhere. But how is someone going to help you if they don't know you need help? Because I'm not here. So there's that balance. You don't have to wait for everything to be perfect, because I've done that. But at the same time, I was building stuff for a long time. It took a long time. But I always had that urgency as well. It's like don't die with the song still in you. And I have that, and I keep saying that. But I'm going to try to find that recording if I remember. I have to make a note. Don't die with the song still in you. Don't wait for the perfect ending or the line to rhyme. If you got something, don't let it slip away. Some days today, fire away. Don't wait till tomorrow. You know. Let me see if I can find it. Well, no. See, this is what I do. I had a producer because I have a clip of it. I know I have it, but let me see. Maybe I'll play a media asset here and then try to find it. The Cleveland Rocks podcast. Were you guys here, Aaron? Were you here Friday night? Did you hear the Back to the Good Times song? Oh, I love this song. I really want to make a video for this. I was going to only save it and play it on Fridays for the TGIF. But maybe I'll play it just so it gives me a minute to see if I can find this other little clip of Some Days Today. But it's a good song. And I did say this was generated by AI. I speak about it a lot. It's in my first couple episodes about, AI and the music industry and artists, and we're getting taken over by robots. And that's what the reconnection movement's about and everything. So I don't use AI myself for my own music. That is all generated by me. But, these tools are there now. So like I need a quick song. I didn't write it. I wrote the lyrics. I mean, I typed the lyrics in and said I wanted a song like 80s vibe. And I wrote in some of the lyrics and it generated this. So maybe I'll play it because it's a really good song. So, and I want to make a music video for it with a Nintendo, and we need the props and all that. So we're going to do that. Here, I'll play that and I'm going to see if I could find this other clip. All right. So here we go. If you didn't hear it, a lot of people probably haven't heard it. So here you go. This is a good song. This is called Back to the Good Times. This is for all those not millennials, zennials and baby boomers. And let's just say it, us old folks now. Okay, here we go.
Remember when Friday night meant something? When we rushed home before the streetlights came on. Yeah, this is for you. Bike tires coming down the block at dusk. Hide and seek until the streetlights buzz. No texts, no feeds, no scrolling screens. Just scraped up knees and childhood living rooms to neon screens. We're still chasing childhood dreams. If you remember, sing along. This is where you still belong. Friday night, we reunite. Voice of the people, USA feels like home tonight.
Oh, you get flooded with the hate comments. I needed to do that. Oh, get rid of that. Okay. So it's a good song, right? Let's see. Nope. Nah, back. Okay. I just think that was a good song. Now I did end up finding the clip. Now here we go. This is producing in real time. And I do see there are some people out there watching. So if anyone's good at streaming and would like to produce the show, feel free to reach out. Go to www.hollismahady.com. You can send me an email. And if you're watching, you go there, check it out, sign up for the email list. I will let you know when I am back. I am back every night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, streaming on the Rumble, streaming on Facebook, I believe, on my website, streaming on VOPUSAradio.com. If you're watching this on the Rumble, you're probably on the VOPUSA radio account there. And I am Hollis Mahady, host of this show. It's called Holli-tics. And we are just getting together every night at 7 p.m. I am a voice for those who want to connect. And again, sign up for the email list. You download a free copy of the Reconnection Movement, and that's free. It's a whole PDF I wrote. There's illustrations and everything. And you just put your email in there and you could download that copy for free. So check that out. Now, as I said, and if you are watching and you're feeling generous, support the podcast. If you're liking what you see, I'll play it. It's only a couple seconds, but this is how you can support.
Are you enjoying the podcast? If you'd like to support what I'm building, you can buy me a coffee. Every bit of support helps me keep this podcast going and release my music independently. You can leave a one-time tip or become a member for a few dollars a month and unlock exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage you won't find anywhere else. Just visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady or scan the code you see on the screen.
And thank you guys who have bought me a coffee so far. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I might be buying more juices than coffee. And I had my lovely coffee this weekend, as you saw earlier. If you were here for all this time, I've been here almost 3 hours already. Time really does fly. I'll talk about the time. But I had a banana pudding, cold foam, extra large latte. It wasn't extra large, large from Dunkin' Donuts. And it was really delicious. But I used to get them all the time. And I was like, oh my gosh, you spend a lot of money on these things and make it at home. But on Saturdays, I will go out and I will get a coffee in your honor of all those people who bought me coffees. I really appreciate it. But truly, the money does help keep this show on the air. And we're going to look for some sponsors. I think it's time to get a sponsor. I really need a sponsor. Because then you just talk about their business and maybe they give you money to promote their business. So we need a sponsor. I need a sponsor. But those donations and the tips, just throw $1 in the tip. It helps. It goes far. I know, who is this girl? Why is she asking for my money? Everybody's asking for money, but the buy me a coffee and the money I make, it does. I'm an independent musician. I'm an artist. I do a lot, putting out my album myself independently on Voice of Freedom Records. I was in the music industry for a long time and I didn't like it. So I said, I still want to play music. I don't put my stuff out to reach people. But unfortunately, to reach people, it costs a lot of money this day and age to break through the noise. And I would say the curse word, but I'm being very mindful not to curse. So if you are enjoying the podcast, consider donating. Just a drop a tip in the tip jar. And you could be entered to win a hand-painted lyric sheet. We hit our goal after, this is the 8th podcast. For 7 podcasts, we hit our goal of $100. And because of that, I will be giving away one of these beauties that I made. It's not that. Not that. At the stage. There it is. There she is. There she is. So I did find that song. And Aaron is okay. You guys are talking here. Oh, French. Bonjour. But I did find the song. Here's the hard part now. If I could get it up on the screen. So let's see. It's in my window. I had to go to my Instagram here. And this is just the Some Days Today song. I haven't heard it in a long time. I don't even know if I played the whole song. But this is what Dr. Wayne was saying, and this inspired this song. And again, I wrote it many years ago, maybe 10 years ago at this point. But I would love to re-record this and put this on my second album. Because I'm working on my second album, believe it or not. I still got to get this first one out there. But I want to give it the best shot it could get out there to break through and for some people to hear it. So unfortunately, it costs a lot of money when you do it yourself and you don't have a record label. I mean, one that's giving you backing, but really record labels don't give much money anymore. So that's why I said I'm going to put it out myself. So, you're balancing, you're working, and trying to make the money to put it out there. So again, all that help and support, it really makes a difference and I appreciate it so much. Okay, so this is the tricky part. I don't like to have dead silence on the air. But I'm going to try to share my screen here. So let's go to here. This is the part. I'm always scared I'm going to click something also that's like, let's see, image file, stop screen. What's this? I'm scared I'm going to click something and disappear. Oops, like that. Invite guests to the studio. Anybody want to come on? We'll have to do that a little bit later. Here, let's see. Let's see if I could share. So it says stop screen. Actually, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to need my producer to come out here. I do have a bit of help. So if he's listening, there's a delay, but I would like to play this song. And when I'm doing it in real time, it's hard because you hit a button and then it all goes to the wind. Like the other day, I was messing with the Rodecaster here and I put my voice on helium and it was kind of funny for the first like 30 seconds, but then I was on helium for like 5 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Producer friend. He's here and he's going to help me. It's up there. It's the Instagram. We're going to share the screen. Here, honey. I think that one. See, it says stop screen. That's why I don't want to mess it. I have a lot of screens playing. Any of them. Yeah, you get rid of that one. I just played that. We get rid of the comment of the day. We address the comment of the day. And remember, guys, if you are feeling, I was going to say frisky, but that doesn't really fit. If you're feeling frisky. No, if you're feeling like you want to write a comment, you can do so. There we go. There it is. Thank you, Dan. Okay, so I want to add, don't leave yet. So I'm going to add this to the stage, but I want to play one video if I could find it. Before, I got to go here. Okay, let me see if this is the one. I think this is from a long time ago. There I am. Okay, something's playing, but okay, let me see if I can. Hold on one second. Look at that. That was in Holly's Playhouse in the.
Don't wait till your heart stops beating. Don't wait till your lungs aren't breathing. That time will surely come. You and everyone. Someday is today. Fire away. Don't leave it till tomorrow. Someday is today. Fire away. Don't leave it till tomorrow. It's not too late to forgive it. It's not too late to start living. 'Cause when you're really old, you cannot be told to let go of all your sorrow. It's not too late to say you're sorry. Tomorrow never knows. Yesterday I showed that someday is today. Fire away. Don't leave it till tomorrow. Someday is today. Fire away. Don't leave it till tomorrow. No, don't let it slip away. No.
Do it today. There we go. Okay, so I can remove it. But yeah, that was inspired by Dr. Wayne. And let me see if I can get I'm trying to play it again. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. There we got rid of it. There we go. But yeah, that was Some Day Is Today. God, I haven't heard it in so long. That is the words. It's like, don't wait till tomorrow. Don't die with your song still in you. Don't wait for the perfect ending or the line to rhyme. If you got something, don't let it slip away. Don't wait till your heart stops beating. Don't wait till your lungs aren't breathing. That time will surely come for you and everyone. Some day is today. Fire away. Don't leave it till tomorrow. Because when you're really old, you cannot be told. There's a. I want to record that. I need to record that and put that on the second album. Because I always loved that song. So, maybe this week when I go to Cleveland, I'm in Strongsville. So when we go to Cleveland, we could go to the music studio and I could tickle the ivories a bit because that's what I want to do. I was thinking about once we get a new iPad, maybe doing some live streaming from the music studio and actually playing some of these songs and stuff like that. Because this Holistics is a little bit of everything. If there's some music fans out there, my other podcast, Comedy of Errors, is just about the album, a lot of the themes, and that's on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. That's just an extra podcast for fans only. It's if you want to become a member, you get the backstage pass. It's only $10 a month, and that supports me. That money supports getting the music out there. So if you're big, a music lover, this is one of my new songs. Here's just a little teaser. I'll play that.
Life is a gift, the game we play.
And yes, that song should be coming out soon. I'm going to add myself back to the stage here. Hello, let's remove her. That's me in Holly's Playhouse. And let's get back this. There we go. And she's back. There's Tinkle Paw over there. We'll be getting into that story tomorrow. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'm here every night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the Rumble, on the Facebook, on the Instagram, and on my website. Maybe. So, I was going to play this commercial real quick. This is the Epidemic Sounds, which I was talking about, and I couldn't find it earlier. When I played the meditation, that was the song. So if you like some of that music, if you're a content creator out there and you need licensed music, this is what I use.
Are you liking the music in the show? The music you hear in my videos and during the show is licensed through Epidemic Sound, an amazing platform for creators. If you make videos, podcasts, or content of your own, head over to hollismahady.com, go to the podcast page, and sign up for a free trial using my link. And if you're just a listener looking for new music, you'll also find my playlist of favorite songs I use in this show. Signing up through my link supports the show and the musicians too.
So there you have it. If you need some, good song. Thank you, Aaron. Biker John. Oh my God. Let's see. I was laughing. I was in tears from laughing. I knew I had to say that clip and I had to use that. When you look at, let's see. When you look to the audience, the big smile on your face, and you were laughing after you hit the record scratch sound effect. I fell to the floor. I have that too, Joe. I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but I want to do a little compilation. I was like, I have to find that one clip with the helium episode. Did that just happen on Friday? That was just on Friday. Because some of these episodes are long and I have to go through them all. But that was funny. The helium voice. But I have my crickets here. It was that one. There you go. Creators out there, you trying to break through the noise? Have you posted something recently on TikTok and realized that no one ever sees it? And you're supposed to, there's a method to it. And you have to hook them in. And you have to tell the people, TikTok's it's a beast of its own. I can't even stream this on TikTok. You have to be on, this can't just go out to TikTok. You have to be in TikTok. You have to be in their studio. It's a whole other thing where it's which one do you focus on? I don't know. You're trying to break through TikTok. Whatever. I don't know. I mean, you kind of have to do these things, but If anyone ever posted anything on TikTok and they thought they did all the rules and they did all the hashtags and they described it and they did the SEO and you still heard, really? Why doesn't it go viral? I want it to go viral. And then you put, oh, the best is though, all those content creators out there. The best is when you like put your heart and soul into a video and you're like, this is a great video. And then you're looking at your followers and you know your followers. How I say, I don't want followers. I want friends and people to join me on the mission. And you just follow. We're all leaders, right? But best is when you put up your video and then you lose followers. You're like, oh, okay, thanks. I guess they didn't like that. Hey, as I said with Andy, right? That guy with the comment, you can't please everyone. Well, you got to please yourself. But it would be nice, you know. Oh, I want to go viral. I want to go viral. That's a big thing. How do you go viral? How do you go viral? Who do I have to pay? Who do I have to pay to go viral? Like, how do I be funny? How do I hook them? How do I hook them? Because you can't just talk about, you know, things in depth or anything. You have to do something crazy. Like I said, like pee on the floor or something. Jason says, hi, Jason. Jason says, how else will your music be on streaming? You know, I have a Spotify profile. There's one song up there. Actually, I took it down, the song, because I want to re-release it. Because I had put it up and I was figuring things out and I didn't promote it. It's called Bringers of the Dawn. I don't know if they actually took it off there. So I will be streaming. Right. The only thing that you could find of me on Spotify is my former band Love Zombies. That's the only thing that's up there right now. I have a Bandcamp as well. Now, Bandcamp is something where I just heard this. I don't know who said it. This lawyer music lady I watch sometimes, or she'll pop up. But she said something that Bandcamp is now like not letting AI music on there. And I think that's a good thing, you know, because there's this whole thing too. I mean, that there's AI artists or people who are using AI music and they're putting real people's profiles on it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on with the AI. So that's like, I talk about that sometimes. There's a whole episode you could talk about that. But to answer your question, I don't have any of my new stuff out there yet, but it will be. But it's just another thing on the to-do list. I have to make the Spotify profile and I have to do this. But it might be up there if you go on Spotify. If you look at Love Zombies, I'm definitely up there. I have 2 albums there. Like if you say, Alexa, play, I won't say it because she'll start playing it. If you say, Alexa, maybe I should try it. I think I'm on there. I want to see if it's on there. I'm going to say, Alexa, play Love Zombies. Let's see if it comes on. I don't know if you guys will hear it though. Let me see. Hey, Alexa. You guys have Alexa? Play Love Zombies. No, it's playing the zombies. That's not it. Hey, Alexa, play Be Honest by the Love Zombies. Let's see if it comes. Come find it. Ah, yes, it did come up. So if you ask your Alexa to play the Love Zombies, it's playing a song called Spiders. That was on one of our albums. I hear myself. Woo. It's there. It's there. Mega Dirt Biker says, beautiful voice. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. There you go. I'm using my voice. We're getting it out there, guys. And brings me a point that I don't say enough. Share the show. Share the show. If you like this, if you know someone who might like it, who might need to hear it, share it out there. Retweet it, or, you know, copy the link, put it on your Facebook, invite people. I'm doing this all alone and I don't have, Dan helps me, but I don't have that. And you guys are helping, but share the show, share it out, send it to someone who might like it. All right. I'm going to tell it to stop. Alexa, stop. Alexa, give it a rest, will you? But yes, go, if you have an Alexa, you could say, hey, Alexa, play Love Zombies. You can hear some of my old music. It's for free, so you could listen to it. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, you guys are chatting. Yes, I like it. I like when people are chatting with you. They're getting to know each other, because it's weird, right? Sometimes you'll find a screen name or person. That brings me back to the AOL days. I should tell the story. My comment of the day up here, Dan Shea. He's a lovely comment. When I was back in, because I've known him since like high school. This goes. I'm talking about screen names and AOL and meeting people that you talk to online for a long time, and then you finally meet them. It's funny because people do dating and everything online. My sister met her husband, I think, online, and my mom met her Smokey, her second husband. So online does that. You can meet people, but how about those? How about those? Oh, I'm sorry, I got tongue tied. I'm a whippersnapper. I got tongue tied. I apologize. Has anyone had any dating success stories or horror stories? We should talk about that. That would be a really good episode. Dating is a good one, right? We could talk about people's experiences, blind dates, and or talking to a screen name for a long time. I say screen name, like I guess that's AOL, like your username or whatever, and you talking to someone for years, and you might never have met them for a long time. But there was this one guy, we were in high school, and we were always talking to this guy online in the chat room, and it was or instant messenger because this was during AOL, so he was on the buddy list, and we talked to him for like 3 years, and then he was from Michigan, and then we finally met up, and because we were always in a group chat, so he met with all of us, but it was just weird, right? He was nice and everything, but like he was really funny online, and then when I met him, he was really shy. It's different. You're on a screen name, so the screen name makes you you hide behind that a little bit, or you're picturing them as something else. How about that whole thing? Like, is it catfishing or something? There's movies about that where a lot of things. This AOL, this not dial up, this AOL technology age, it's really changed the game, hasn't it? You could just scroll for the next thing. But yes, guys, I am Hollis, and I've had a fantastic time. I've been on air already 3 hours, so I will be back tomorrow. That was your Holli-tics Friday episode. Yes, that's when I had the helium voice. But it is getting that time. I think it is getting time for the dinner. I don't want to be eating again at 5 in the morning because I am on a crazy schedule. But I did get up earlier today, so maybe I'll be a little retired. And then tomorrow we're going to check back in and see if we accomplished our goals that we set out to do. And what are your goals for tomorrow? Do you write them down? Sometimes it's good to write them down. My goal, we keep saying we are going to get new phones, and we just haven't gone back to the store. So there's a deal, and I want to get those new phones because I'm going to maybe give me a new iPad with it, which I want to take to the studio and do some streaming because that's a good camera. So let's see if tomorrow night I have a new phone. I hope so. It's a big shift because I'm going from Apple iPhone to the Samsung or the, what's it called? I was going to say Nokia. Ooh, we have sweet potato gnocchi I got that at Trader Joe's. I thought of Nokia and then I thought of gnocchi. Maybe we'll have that. That's really good because we stocked up. Thank you, Smurgs. We stocked up at the grocery store. But anyway, with that said, look at what are your goals for tomorrow, and we'll check back in tomorrow. We'll see if we accomplish those goals. Going to the gym, getting a phone, and I have to also get to the post office. So those are the adulting things that I can do if I don't get sucked back into the computer to edit. So I'm going to be here tomorrow night. We're going to talk some more, get your recipes. We're going to think of some more segments. We'll get another comment of the day up. Maybe I'll get them. I don't know. I would say the mean comment, but there's one I just forgot that someone wrote, and I remember it got me mad. So I was like, oh, well, we'll see what happens tonight. You put these, maybe I'll get another comment. But I am your host, Hollis Mahady, and you've been listening to Holli-tics. It's been a really lovely time. I love having you guys in the chat room. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Aaron and Amy are here. And Jess was here earlier. She popped in. Jason, of course, Joe, Magadar Biker. And thank you guys again so much for your support. If you enjoyed the show, if you wanted to come back, it'll be back here anyway. Don't worry. But if you are new or you watching this on Rumble and you just popped in and you stayed the whole time, if you can't donate, that's okay. Share the show. Do me a favor, share it out or subscribe. No one ever wants to subscribe and follow. If you follow, it helps. Because unfortunately, the world is superficial and all they care about, they don't give a crap if people are listening to it or people are liking it. What's your follower number? And for some reason on Rumble in particular, you'll watch it. People will watch, but they will never follow and subscribe. Maybe you just don't think of it. Sometimes I don't think to do that. So if you are watching it and you enjoyed it, if you can't donate, please at least give us a follow, because it helps boost the algorithm. And then we can, maybe make some money from this someday, which would be really great, because it takes a lot of time and effort to do, and we have to pay bills. So like it if you can, share it if you can, share it on your social media. You can give me a follow where I am. Check out that website, hollismahady.com. Put your email in there. Put your email and listen there if you want to be notified. You could also turn on the bell somewhere. And I think it has YouTube. You could turn on your bell if you haven't turned on the bell. Because then the bell will say, hey, Hollis is on at 7 o'clock. Hey, remember that girl? She's talking about all that stuff and cinnamon butter and whippersnappers. She's here again. I will be here ever here. I will be here, your voice of consistency. So everyone else in the chat room, again, thank you so much if I missed anyone. I love you all so much. Take care. Be careful. I love you. You're not alone. Care about you. We care about you here at Voice of the People USA Radio.com. If you need even more content, you can't get enough, you could go watch all the replays or the reruns like back in the day. They're all on my website now. There's 7 episodes. You can binge watch Holli-tics. And tomorrow I will be here with a new episode. So, and I want to say a big shout out to Smuriglio in the chat. Hopefully he's watching there. And let's go up to the media assets, because you know what we do at the end? We play the same song, because it's a beautiful song. I love this song. And we're going to play that as we end the stream. I hate to say goodbye, but before you know it, because time is an illusion, right? It'll be like, back tonight with a new outfit on. And we'll be just chewing the fat. That's an old saying. We'll be chewing the fat a little more here. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's close out the show. I am your host, Hollis Mahady, and you've been listening to Holli-tics. I'm going to end the stream now. It's going to play the outro. Love you all. Take care. Be safe. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Bye.
Thank you for watching Holli-tics, hosted by me, Hollis Mahady. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to support the podcast, you can visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady. You can make a one-time donation or become a member for just a few dollars a month to get extra podcasts and exclusive behind-the-scenes content you won't find anywhere else. Or simply scan the code on the screen. Your support truly means the world to me and helps me continue creating independent content for you. If you like the music featured in this show, I license it through Epidemic Sound. You can head over to hollismahady.com, click on the podcast page, and use my link for a free trial. And don't forget to check out VOPUSARadio.com, where I host my music channel and am building a growing community of independent musicians. If you're interested in joining the network, just click Join Network and submit an application. Until next time, remember that you are loved and never alone. From human to human, big hugs. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the outro video. I love this song.
Lights shining from the window late at night. I'm just watching someone else's life go by, wishing it was mine. Dreams, everybody has them at the start. Somewhere along the way they fall apart, and it makes it kinda hard to look up at the lights. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I can finally see what it's all about. Stay lights go out, everything is clear. When the lights go out, I could finally see. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I could finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror, when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. Hope, try your best to hold on to the rope. We all have a reason to let go, and it's easier to do, but it's better if we